Welcome in, everyone, to episode 181 of the HurricaneKaz podcast. I'm your host, Caleb Peng, and I gotta give a shout out to Kaz because without her, we wouldn't know when this episode's recorded. But she's like the perfect marker of like about what time of year. So if for some reason you're tuning into this episode years after, months after, who knows, right? First, you're a homie, right, for listening back on episodes because a lot of the stuff we talk about is like current events in Pokemon Go. So it's not current anymore. But hey, if you like it, we're happy you're here. And there might be no one that I'm talking to that applies to it. I'm just blowing smoke up my own butt for no reason.
It's okay to just enjoy the decorations, Caleb.
Yeah. But Kaz has for those on the audio version, Kaz has a Christmas tree behind her now, replacing all the Halloween stuff.
Yes. I also they're kind of blurry in the back, but like I have this weird collaboration going on between all these like woodland creature statues and all these Godzilla statues that I have. They're working together. It's that time of year.
That's true. Even Godzilla celebrates the holidays, I thought he'd be on the side of the Grinch, but maybe
I'm surprised the Halloween decorations are gone.
Listen, I'll tell you guys a secret. There's actually one Halloween decoration still up. We forgot to take down this like pumpkin man that's like hanging on our front porch, and so he's still just swaying in front of all the Christmas lights.
Oh, sure. Like, put a Santa hat on him and
like, let me live. Trying to sneak.
Hey, it's Nightmare Before Christmas decorations.
That's true. I should just put a little Santa hat on him and problem solved.
Yeah. Honestly, you should have done that for all the Halloween stuff. Just put a Christmas hat on everything.
You know what? You're right. I'll just leave all my decorations up year round and just like put hats and things.
The Halloween candy basket is just filled with candy cane now. We are also joined back by Twastell and Josh.
Hi,
Josh. Can you explain that for those that don't follow you on X or aren't on X in general too?
Yeah. So it turns out the entire time it was a total fib, and my name was never Steve, and my name was Josh the entire time. And the big reveal came when I posted the Perth Regional Championship, sort of like, oh, it's being streamed this weekend. These are the casters, and it had our real names on it. And so, my name's actually Josh, and like. It wasn't never intended to be like a privacy thing. Like at the very start, I'll just tell the story because it's like 60 seconds, I guess. But essentially when I made my account, I just had an inside joke with my partner at the time about the name Steve. And so we set the in-game name as Steve. And like it was never going to see anyone, so it didn't matter. And then when I rocked up to my first Sylph tournament, they just assumed my name was Steve because my in-game name was Steve. And that was the funniest thing in the world to me at the time. And I never corrected anyone. And said it as grew and grew from there. And I was like, oh, this is too funny, man. I can't end this bit. But the time has come. I'm out.
What an amazing holiday gift to us all. Learning Steve's real name.
Yeah, because this whole time, right?
Joshing us this whole time.
Yeah. Well, I knew his name wasn't actually Steve, which is why when I brought him on the podcast, I was like, you want me to put your real name underneath, or do you want me to put Steve? He's like, yeah, just put Steve for now. So, wait. So why did you have to end the bit?
I didn't have to. I just knew that, like, slowly over time, like more and more people are learning, right? Because every time, like on the Play Pokemon team sheet, my name is written on the top. And so when I was out at like Gdansk and Buenos Aires and LAIC,
but the thing is like you handed them the team sheet and people still calling you Caleb, like people aren't reading at all.
True.
Like, people are not reading those team sheets. I'm playing and I'm just like, and I'm throwing like a flash cannon from my register. They're like, wait, what? And they're like, oh shoot, this thing is flash cannon. And they're like, oh wait, you have air slash Mandaros? I was like, dude, how did you not read the team sheet 4 different times?
Someone actually told me at the first ever Melbourne Regional in 2022, they were like, because we were facing each other. It was maybe like game 3 or something. And, he hadn't noticed yet, but I was taking a little bit of extra time to lock in my team. And so he was like, he was just a little bit bored. And so he actually read the team sheet while he was still waiting. And he went, wait, you're not Steve? Which I'm going to claim was solid mental warfare because then I won game 3. So, it's
Wait,
if it works, it works.
Was that the only person to say that?
Nah. It was actually most.
Oh.
That was the first time that anyone outside of Newcastle learned that my name wasn't Steve, because it was the first time that it was printed on. Actually, the first person to find out was Dr. Trotter, because he was standing behind me in the registration line. And when you say like, oh, give us your player ID, it's like, 39, whatever. And they're like, all right, thank you, Josh. And Trotter was like, I heard that.
Excuse me? That's not Josh. What are you talking about?
It's a sign of a good doctor if they're actually reading,
It's true.
But hey,
Got to make sure you're operating on the right patient.
yeah, but
I don't know if he's like a doctor like that, but that's just in my head. That's what he is,
That's the only type that matters, I guess.
I just assume Dr. Trotter's like operating on someone like open heart surgery, like in between PvP battles. But
yeah, or he's tapping with
God,
one
I hope
hand,
not.
surgery with the other.
I hope not. I mean, I'm
I
fine with
really
that
hope
as long as I'm fine with that as long as he didn't just lose a grass hole. And he's like extra bead. He was like, let me cut this artery.
He got this.
Weird hypothetical something's coming out of my head for no reason. All right. Anyway, we'll talk more about the Perth stream as well too, because you were commentating that. We had a Bogota tournament as well, but we got a lot of events, so
many. Oh
let's
my gosh.
dive into them. Yeah, we're gonna kick things off with the Necrozma Raid Day, and so if you don't have your Hundo Dustmane or Dawnwings Necrozma yet, good time to do it. Do you all have the Hundo? I got both Hundos already, so I'm
Same.
good to go.
I don't, but yeah, I hope we get enough energy to do it again if I do get the Hundo, because I've got the two forms already, like merged or whatever. So I'm gonna need a lot more.
Wait, why did you merge them? Oh, you just built like
Well, you
like
needed to for the research. Like you needed to do one of them for the research, and
That's
then
like special research, right? You don't have to do it right away. You just want to do it.
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to finish it.
Fair enough.
And I think I did the other one just because I was like, well, I might as well get this in the decks, which is a bad reason, but whatever.
That's all good. I mean, I assume you have enough
one
candies
more.
and energy, right?
Yeah.
One more
I
Hundo.
do. Yeah.
Wait, Tristan, what were you saying?
I said I need another hundo. I have one. I have a shundo actually. I got from a lucky trade,
Ooh.
but I haven't fused it yet because I don't know what one I'm going to want to use, and I don't really have enough Master League to let Mons to run with it at the moment. So it's just kind of chilling as the regular one for now.
Yeah.
Well, the good part is there's like a pros and cons of both, so I think both are worthwhile, right? I think Dustmane in general, Dawnwings in general like seems better because it has a lot more neutral play to things, but the Steel Titan from Dustmane is actually pretty nice too. So
Yeah.
Did the meta update
I
change
do-
it though, or nah?
say again?
Did the meta
don't
update
think so.
affect anything? Okay.
I don't think so.
Not
Well, there's more Yveltal around, which is much worse for Dawnwings.
yeah.
I mean, it's not
And
great for Dustmane either, but it's better because you can hit it with Sunsteel Strike, right? Instead of just resist attacks.
Yeah, because they're the same typing, right? Duskmane is.
No.
No.
No?
So
They
Dawnwings
copy
is
the
Ghost.
types of the one they fuse to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So one of them is Psychic Steel, like the Solgaleo, and then
Yes.
the other Psychic Ghost, like the Lunala.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I meant. They're the same types as the whatever it's fused with. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you meant the same type as each other.
No.
Oh.
Whatever they're fused with.
Yeah.
I do want a shiny though, because I did not get one in all the raids that I did.
You didn't get a single one?
No, not
That's-
one.
That's
Wait, how many raids did you do?
I mean, I'm not a whale like some people, but I did about 40.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a surprise then. Like that's a rough
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but that's not like crazy, I guess. Like,
Yeah, no. It's
Believable.
not like I did like 100 raids and didn't get a shiny. No.
yeah. Yet. Yeah.
Apparently, this weekend will be the time.
Yeah. So Saturday, the 14th, this upcoming weekend, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. There'll be the Fusion Raid Day, which happens to also be during the Toronto Regional. So that'll be cool because I'll be there. So hopefully, but I don't really need to do anymore. But I'll probably just spend my free raid passes. You get up to 5 additional raid passes, and I don't think there's a background on these.
No,
Is
I
there
don't think so.
background? No background.
There's
No.
probably a ticket though, right? Because there's always a ticket.
There's always a
Yeah,
ticket.
the ticket gives you 8 additional raid passes, increased chance to get rare candy XLs from raid battles, 5% more XP from raid battles, and 2 times Stardust.
50%
So
more.
like not terrible bonuses by any means. I don't know if it's like worth. I don't know. Maybe $5 is worth it for just the 8 additional raid passes. I don't know if you want to calculate. Like it just depends on how you like sort
Yeah.
out how much the raid passes are worth, right? Because if you buy them in a bundle, it's like a different story. But
Yeah. And we do already get, as with all raid days, we get additional raid passes from spinning the gym photo discs.
yeah. I okay. So this event ticket is interesting. The bonuses will be effective only from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. their local time. But what if you're remote raiding like on Friday? You know, you don't get these bonuses. I mean, maybe they don't.
No, but like
I mean, like it's
if
just
I
the
were to
XP
do
and like
like if
Stardust and
yeah,
candy bonus,
but
right?
like you could get extended bonuses still, because like if you were to invite me to raids, Caleb, then
Yeah,
like after
sure.
mine is over, then I would still be getting bonuses from doing
Yeah, for 5
your
hours after,
remote.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
But if you
well,
start early, you're not getting any
exactly.
bonuses.
Well, also if you're like in Hawaii, who gonna send you the invites right
You're
after
just you're just
what's the
SOL. Yeah, certain time zones are.
yeah,
You have to
which
have
is
more
why I
advanced.
kind of wish it was just like Friday and Saturday or something, you know. So I don't know,
Yeah.
because that way people on the east side of the world can still benefit after event, and people on the west side
Oh,
can benefit before the event.
boo! The guys at the other end of the time zone have a disadvantage.
Oh my
I
gosh,
kid, I
dude,
kid.
this
Which
guy's
end
not
of the
trying to get
time
any
zone are you?
additional fans. Lying to everyone, to Josh
Josh,
figuring it out.
Josh
Now
is
you got
way more dramatic.
now
than
you got
Steve.
Josh mocking everyone west of him, which is almost the entire world outside of USA. Okay, so like, come on now. But
I feel
yeah,
like
but
he's gonna
remote raid
take
passes will
advantage of the
be
bonuses.
Nah,
yeah,
dude, I'm fine on a Chrysma. I don't need
yeah.
more.
The question is he even gonna use the 5 free raid passes? To
I can
request?
tell you the answer to that. No.
He probably wasn't even tuned into this event. He's like, dude, I'm ready for the next event topic. Let's go. One other thing to note is remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 from Friday to Saturday. So you can do remote raid passes, which is why I mentioned like additional ones, right? Which I mentioned. I wish the bonus was better, but
Oh, and now in addition to like just a regular ticket, we also have the Necrozma Raid Day Ultra Ticket Box.
Hold your ticket.
Which comes with the ticket, but also bonus premium battle passes.
Okay, yeah. What's in the battle pass though?
It says bonus premium battle pass. So like, is it just one?
Well, it's a battle pass, not like a
I don't know.
not
Check it out in the Reb store. No, it's
Battle Pass.
no. Oh, it's literally a battle. Oh no, it's literally just one premium
it's
raid.
one premium raid pass.
But when they say battle pass, I'm thinking like a
Fortnite.
like yeah, no, like an extra quest line, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because
No,
I
no,
started
I think
laughing because I thought that's what it was, and then I
They
thought
say that because you can use it for raids, but you can also use it in GBL for that like premium track, right? So they want to call it something generic so that it's not like, oh, you could use this however.
yeah, usually a battle pass is more exciting than just one additional raid.
Nope.
I mean, either way, if you're gonna buy the ticket, like it's still better to buy it to the store. It's just not that much of a bonus, but it's still better, right? I'm glad it's not like an orange pass at least, or the green pass you at least save for something else, but it's nothing crazy. Yeah, and then of course you need 100 energy or 1,000 energy to fuse and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind.
1,000 energy plus 30 Necrozma candy and 30 Cosmog candy, so a little bit of both.
Yeah, and then the main thing is the IVs are based on the IVs of the Necrozma, not the Solgaleo or the Lunala. So just fuse all the trash ones you have. No need to fuse like a Hundo or near a Hundo. It won't matter. So it's actually better you fuse one that's worse so that you could potentially use the better IV one for like just in its original form. But yeah, that's pretty much that for that event.
And then
So go
most
get
people
yourself
probably.
that, huh?
I was gonna say most people probably already know this, but like, it's the energy is different than megas, where like once you use it, like that just consumes all the energy, and then it just stays in that form permanently. And like if you unfuse it and then fuse it either to the same thing or something else later, you have to spend the
Another
full
1,000.
energy
Yeah.
cost again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't infuse. Don't infuse.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
So
it
like
kind of makes
it's
sense
not
because you could permanently fuse, right? So
right, yeah. But like it's just a thing where like it's not very resource friendly to just like switch the form on a single necrozma back and forth. So that's why you kind of want to have two.
yeah, definitely. Okay, we got ourselves the Go Tour Unova, and as predicted last week, or it was 2 weeks ago, I guess, before
Yeah.
the Martel
Mhm.
episode, the Go Tour Unova is happening in LA again. Same exact place at Rose Bowl. As well as it's going to be in
Taipei,
New Taipei
right?
City,
Yeah.
in Taiwan as well during the same weekend, 21st to the 23rd. So yeah, it'll be at the Rose Bowl. Catch me there.
Yeah.
That's
And then
USD
the
again.
Yeah, during
oh,
US.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any,
And
anyone else going?
No shot.
to LA?
Yeah.
Not this time.
Did you go
'Cause
last year?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just mean like maybe in the future I'll
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, anyone that's going to uh my local tournament organizer, or one of my local tournament organizer, James Ablasian, is hosting a big cup. They hosted a big cup last year too, and it was Dapper that won that one. I got third. Roberto got second. But it was a ton of people. It was like I think like 60 something people, and we had
very cool.
yeah, I think we had it was either 16 or 8-person top cut. I think it was an 8-person top cut. Yeah.
Nice.
Probably need to hit
yeah.
like what 65 people to end up with this top 16 top cut
I
or
think
something.
so. Yeah, we were just short, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I won Swiss rounds undefeated though. It was a good time. It was streamed too. They were able to stream it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's neat.
they have the streaming capabilities to it. So they're thinking about hosting it again. So just be on the lookout for info from that. So definitely check out James Ablasian on X. He'll probably post it. I think his username on X is disguised totes.
Yeah.
Like a tote bag, I think. Totes.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout.
The global Unova Tour will be on March 1st and 2nd.
Mhm.
So even if you can't make it to one of these live ones, then there will be a chance for all of us to get all of those Unova Pokemon.
Definitely.
Though it did seem last year, and I think even the year before, like the in-person one had better, bonuses and features and stuff. So
yeah.
Oh,
It
for
is-
sure.
I heard a
it
lot
is-
of mixed
That's
reviews
the
about
trend with all of them.
Well, yeah, that's how they get you, right? But I heard the Vegas one, like the connection issues weren't great, but Rose Bowl last year was fantastic. Like no issues at all. The benefit of the in person last year was that all the Dialga and Palkia had the exclusive move in person, so you'd have to be like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like I got a hundo Dialga with Thunder, It was like, what we can do with that, right? So they had the move, and then also there's a chance for them to have the background as well. So I was able to get, a hundo background Palkia with the move, which was nice, right? So, definitely a benefit in that respect. But so they're saying that it's going to be Zekrom and Reshiram
Mm-hmm.
in the wild for that.
In
Are
the
they going to have
wild?
any exclusive moves?
In the
Or not in the wild? In raids, you know what I mean? In raids, in 5-star raids. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just Zekrom and
I mean, I'm sure.
don't they have that fusion form, whatever?
Yes, I'm sure that there will be like an additional thing announced because right now we don't have really any other information other than where and when it is.
Oh, we do.
And-
There's one massive piece of info. There's a
Mhm.
new set of 2 Pikachu hats. Woo!
Woo! Let's go!
The moment Josh started talking, I was like, he about bamboozle us, It's not actually that funny.
So yeah, I'm sure.
Look, we like Pikachu Hatsu, no hate on that, right? But it made it seem like, oh wait, hold on, there is that fusion thing
Yeah.
with
That's the coolest
No, I could tell it was going to be something ridiculous.
See, this is
I
like-
thought he was going to say like there was like some special stickers or like
yeah, Josh is
I
not
don't
really
even know,
encouraging
like-
people to trust him anymore,
Yeah, there's also so I'm sure we'll get access to probably Kyurem in some way, maybe even some of the other legendaries in some way. We just don't really have all of the exact details yet. And if they are going to introduce that fusion form, then it's got to be during this, right? Like, it's got to be.
It should be.
Unless
So
they
it's
save it for GoFest.
so Kyurem fuses with Zekrom
Reshiram
and
and
Reshiram,
Zekrom.
right?
Yeah.
It has a black form and a white form, depending.
Yeah,
on
which was actually like accidentally like leaked at some point too in the
not
game. I remember
leaked.
this
It
was
was
like a year
in the
ago. I think.
game. It was
Huh?
in the game. It
was
wasn't
in the game.
leaked.
Yeah. I'm also sure that this event will come with, a special ticket to get what like shiny Meloetta or something.
Oh, was it shiny?
Well,
It's
we've
nice to
already
get another one.
Yeah, we've already got one.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
it has another form, and we don't have the shiny, and they only release those with special tickets.
Well, see, here's the weird thing. Why not just say all this stuff already, right? If there is a fusion thing, if there's shiny stuff, because you want to encourage people to buy the ticket, right? Like and plan the
they
travels
like
ahead
to
of time.
they like to trickle out the information so that
Why
it stays
trickle? This is
relevant.
like an expensive trip for a lot of people outside of people like me that just drives over,
Because because I think they see it as like the more times you announce information, it gets it back in that like news cycle, like talking point.
It's just like some people are probably on the fence about where to fly over here, and that's going to be the expensive part, not the ticket, right? And it's not like Niantic gets a cut of like Delta Airlines flights to this event, like.
Well, they probably figured that obviously there's the people that live nearby that'll probably go regardless, and they figured that there's the super hardcore players that are going to go regardless, like they're just buying their tickets the second it's announced. And then they figured that.
So I'm looking out for the not super hardcore, but still wants to go to the event, but is undecided,
Yeah. But I mean, I don't have an answer for you. We can only guess.
No, but the thing is that part of me is like, what if they did release everything anyway? Like for the most part, outside like the very minute details of the event, like what if this is about as hype as it gets, right? Because there could be a chance they're not holding off on this, and there is no fusion, black and white thing coming, right? Try Meloetta maybe, but that's if everyone's going to get one the global event too, it doesn't really make that much of a difference to go to LA or not. But
no. I don't think there's going to be, like with any of these legendaries or mythicals or whatever, though, I don't think there's necessarily going to be something that's accessible in LA only. I think that LA will get it first, but then all the possibilities will also come with the global event. Right. Interestingly, there is another mythical. There's that the little horse, Keldeo.
Keldeo?
Like, we only got access to that once through a paid ticket.
Yeah.
I didn't get the ticket.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A lot of people did not because we thought, oh, surely they'll release like some, another opportunity in the future. I don't necessarily need to get this now. Well, it'll be interesting to see if maybe we get some kind of global access to that with these either in-person events or the global event or both.
Look, there's a lot. I'm hearing just constant stream of like, well, this hasn't come out, this hasn't come out, this hasn't come out, this hasn't come out. And they sort of showed pretty clearly from the Sinnoh tour that they're pretty happy to buck the trend of releasing everything. Like we still don't have the, Fiona around at this point. So
that's true.
And Regigigas.
Yeah, and Regigigas. So assume we're not getting everything, but we get
one.
I assume. Well, see, the thing is, I assume that Fiona and Manaphy are going to be like a GoFest related special ticket because that's like they always like release those new mythicals with their what I consider to be kind of their largest event.
Sorry, I said Regigigas. I meant Arceus because we do have.
We have Regigigas. Yeah. Somehow I knew what you meant.
Arceus either.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if I misheard you, but Shiny Meloetta is coming for this event.
It's confirmed.
Okay. I thought you said you thought it was going to, but wasn't.
Yeah, I thought Kaz was speculating.
I thought it was speculating.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess it wasn't just me.
It's been like I saw the details sort of put out early, but there's not been like an official announcement. It's just like
no. It's officially on the website saying show.
Oh, is it?
Okay, yeah. So maybe there is no fusion coming because they already, I don't know, whatever.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
again
know.
for me, it's not that hard to get to. So
Right.
the ticket
Yeah, but,
was
like-
kind of pricey though, but I don't know, maybe inflation. I don't know. It was not cheap. If you do like the city experience and stuff, and maybe like the raid lover, it was like a little over 100. I think. I think I
Yeah.
got
Well, if you
cheaper,
get
though,
if you get everything all together.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
all
didn't
the
get the
add-ons
egg stuff,
definitely-
but
all
Huh?
the add-ons definitely add up, but
yeah,
I feel like
the city
if you,
experience is
like-
definitely worth.
yeah,
The
I
t-shirts
feel like
are
if you're
usually cool,
spending-
so I just get them.
yeah, if you're spending like the time and money to travel somewhere, like it's usually worth it to get the add-ons just to make the most of your experience there,
Yeah.
like because otherwise like you're only getting one day in the park. Like obviously if you only have one day to go, then just do that, but like you can make more of your trip if you're trying to go play Pokemon with like the
Mhm.
city experience, which is always a great
Yeah,
one, for example.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
like we were saying, probably nothing exclusive to it, but like last year there were some bonuses, like the special moves on everything. And didn't you guys get like encounters with all the Reggies, like research
yeah,
Reggies or
yeah.
something?
I had I got a set of research Reggie's, Reggie Rock, Regice, and Reggie Seal, and then I also got a set of Shadow of the same three.
Oh.
And I think you all only got one of those two. I don't know which one. It was a non-shadow or the shadow.
Right, that sounds
Yeah.
about right.
But
And then
So-
and I think you guys had like additional special trades and like
yeah, we had a bunch of
obviously
special trades, yeah.
unconfirmed, but like anecdotally, it seems like the in-person events have higher shiny rates than the global ones. So like, even if there's not like new exclusive things for the in-person, like there certainly are
Mhm.
like some
Yeah.
advantages to going.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so if you're going, I'll see you there. Yeah. But all right, so we have ourselves the Young and Wise event. That is a new one to me.
Yeah, it's why? Like, why does this exist? I just
Is
don't
this the one?
It's
Is this
interesting.
the event with like no wild spawns that are like?
Yeah, it's like
things
only
special?
eggs. Like it's only eggs, only raids are kind of the
Huh,
featured
interesting.
things.
I guess
Yeah.
that young is the eggs and the raids are the Ys.
Yes.
But so I mean on the graphic, on the main graphic, it's got a Munchlax and a Bonsly with an egg over them, and then over the raid symbol you got a Wordier and Trampa, two older looking Pokemon.
This one starts December 10th,
Mhm.
10 a.m. local time, and goes until Saturday, December 14th. So not a very long event either.
No,
but
less than 4 days.
if there's no wild spawns to like sort of grind, I can see why they wouldn't want to extend that forever. 2 times XP for hatching eggs, 2 times XP for winning raid battles. Woohoo!
I will be doing nothing differently based on whether this event is on or not. So
He will not even.
I agree. Some of these things, like Weirdy, already had a raid day last year as well. Like
Trampa's been around in race for a while. Nothing crazy. Genesect Chill Drive is the main thing in 5-star. You got Mega Latios and Mega Banana. I'm honestly more excited for the Mega Latios than anything else. I will not be raiding Bonsly when there could be, or no, I guess the Bonsly's in eggs, but I will not be raiding Bordeaux when I could be raiding
No, the 1-star. So the raids for the event, the 1-star raids are Shinx, Scraggy, Tyrant, Phantump, and Jangmo. And then the 3-star raids are Alakazam, Oranguru, Drampa, Weirdeer. You already mentioned Genesect is going to be in 5-star raids, and then we have both Mega Binet and Mega Latios.
on the plus side
Yeah.
about this event is that usually when there's like, a bit of a dud event that we're like, oh, you could skip, it does dilute the spawns and whatnot with whatever the event spawns are. There's no event spawns this time, so you can just play the game like normal and just catch what you want.
Yep.
It's easy.
true, but yeah, I'll probably be mostly ignoring this event.
Yeah.
I'm
And
maybe I'll do a couple Drampa raids if they're nearby, just
Yeah,
because
I
we
mean, I
are
might
getting
shiny hunt a
2
few,
free daily
like,
raid
while
passes
I'm-
this season.
Yeah.
Like I won't be like remoting them, but like if I can do one by me with my free daily pass just to burn it,
Yeah,
because
you
a
don't
lot
need
of days
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have
Mhm.
daily pass. Then
I'll
do a couple.
I'll do like a few 1 or 3 stars while I'm out, but I don't think I'm gonna make a huge effort to like go out of my way. 2K eggs will be Togepi, Tyrogue, Smoochum, Bonsly, Happiny, and Munchlax, which we're kind of used to seeing from 2K eggs. All
Yeah,
the
what
baby
was in the
forms.
2K eggs before this? Because that doesn't sound that crazy. But
I think
that'd
I
be, like,
think the
cool.
2K eggs right now, like there was like the Galarian starters. I think that's
Oh,
what I'd
okay.
hatch the most often. So
Yeah, kind of a weird event, but again, it's not like it doesn't really get in the way of things. So if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it, you know.
yeah,
But
there will
I'm
be some
I
field
am not
research.
feeling
So
it.
nope.
yeah, I don't really think the field research will net
Yeah.
that much.
Again, as you guys have iterated, I don't think I'm going to be playing the game like any different than I normally do.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Maybe I'll be playing it less than usual.
Well, I'm definitely not hatching these baby stuff. I'm still trying to hatch my first Galarian Corsola. Do you all have a
Your
Galarian
first?
Corsola hatch yet? Dude, I
Yeah.
saw
First?
my
First? What?
Are you just using
Haven't gotten
your
one.
Caleb.
incubator?
Yeah, I didn't want to
Okay.
spend any paid
Okay,
incubators
okay,
on that
Okay.
that
All right.
nonsense.
All right.
Fair play.
I've only hatched 3,
But
and
they
I
do
think-
look pretty busted. So
And I think I've probably hatched close to 100 eggs. I walk a lot.
see, that's crazy though. 3%. 3% hatch rate. What's this say on the eggs? I forgot to check. Like, does it say
it's
the
in
the
rarity?
two
I
egg
think they're
tier?
they're in like sort of the second.
They're
What's supposed to be
two.
the second most common, right?
Yeah, it was a little
Yeah.
easier during the event. There were less Pokemon to dilute it, and so I
Yeah.
think nowadays it's still in the same tier, but it looks like the odds are probably a little less just because there's more other Pokemon.
Okay,
can
so
I
get.
think
there's
it's the same. I think it's the
that-
same egg pool.
so
Because there's also Hisuians that are in the eggs now.
No,
along with
okay.
the Galar Pokemon.
So this is what I see, right?
Oh.
So I'll hold the camera real quick. But there's 5 Pokemon in the high, like the lower rarity tier.
Yeah, they're the new. That's a new one.
And then the higher rarity tier, there's 3. It's Galarian Meowth. Is that Galarian Darmanitan or Darmaku? Or is it
Yeah,
Hisuian? I don't know, whatever, the ice one.
Yeah.
Well, the random form, the different form, Darmaku, and then Galarian Corsola. And there's only 2 tiers, so it is in the rarest tier, but there's only 2.
Yeah. Well, the
Um,
old egg, and I'm holding up to the camera now. There were only 2 in the 1 egg tier, and then there's actually 7 in the 2 egg tier, and Corsola was one of those.
Wait, so
I don't know actually if that is.
so what's
easier or harder.
what's worse then, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess maybe the one I have now is, I don't know. It's like I don't know. We don't know what the probability is. So you can't really
Yeah.
actually calculate if it's harder to hatch now or less, right? Because there's less in the high rear tier, but I don't know. But anyway, what's worth more, Meowth or Trubbish in terms of Stardust?
It doesn't matter when you
Trubbish.
hatch it.
Trubbish worth more? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude,
It doesn't matter when you
I made that
hatch it,
mistake
though.
yesterday, and I was about to make it again. I saw for some reason every day when I about to go for my first catch, there's a Trubbish and a Meowth, and I always like picked a Meowth because I thought the Meowth was worth more.
All right, Mr.
No, Meowth is
Bearcats.
500, and I think the Trubbish is 750.
Dude, why is this trash so valuable, man? That's crazy.
It's
One
a
man's
gold.
trash is Pokemon Go's treasure, apparently. But
Mhm.
anyway,
Being
all right,
rewarded
let's-
for taking out the trash, clean up the
Ah,
world.
yeah,
and all
Exactly.
that.
Ooh, on the 7th day too. That's 13,000 dust right there.
Oh,
Okay.
you were asking for right now?
yeah. Because I didn't catch anything before this podcast, and then I was checking the eggs. That's why. Yeah. You thought that was random?
Live
Oh
help
my
desk.
God.
Well, at first I thought you were going off of the fact that Galarian Meowth was in the
Caleb,
eggs.
Yeah, same.
Caleb's random question, like once per episode, about how to play this game.
Look, it wasn't a random question. It was random to you all. It was very, very
No,
specific.
I'm saying that should be a new reoccurring segment of yours.
No. My segment is I discover something about the game. Learn
I
something
feel like
new.
the most upsetting thing though is to like hatch a Chimecho and you don't get any like bonus dust or like any of
That's
those
true.
Pokemon.
Oh, you don't get
And you're
bonus
like,
dust for the extra dust Pokemon?
No,
Really?
you only get it when you catch them.
Yeah, not
So
when
it's
It's
you're-
like-
weird. I mean, it's like if you hatch a
Wow.
Meowth that's still got the coin on his head, you can still steal it for
Right.
money. Like, I don't get it.
It's such like a slap in the face. I feel like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh well, that sucks. This
Yeah.
isn't good, and it doesn't give me extra dust.
That is actually kind of a weird concept, though. So, like stuff like Meowth, Shelder, like a Shelder have like potential like pearls in them and stuff like that. Cloyster, Starmie has that jewel on them. They're worth more Stardust because they have like these expensive materials on them, right? So how does this work? I mean, even outside Pokemon Go and the main series games like this too. Do you like
I think they
do
come with
do you like
held item.
rip the
Yeah,
corn
in
off
the
No,
main
Meowth's
no, no,
head
no.
and it
They
no.
have
regrows
a
it?
held item.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a held item.
Oh, it's a held item.
Yes, so there are items you can give, like let's say Meowth in the game, where like, or any Pokemon really, and it'll earn you more money, like from the
Yeah.
battles you win.
But I thought Meowth is like worth
Meowth
more
also
money
has
too when you catch
the move Payday,
Uh-huh.
which
Gives you
like
money, yeah.
gives you money from your opponent in the game.
No,
But I'm pretty
think
sure in the game though,
And
when you
then-
catch Pokemon, you also get some money out of it.
no. I think what
No.
it is when you catch them, they're holding an item.
Some Pokemon, yes,
Oh,
like
you're holding
like,
item, you can sell it.
Yeah.
like Paris, like Parasect, like
Yeah.
Starmie,
Like
those sorts of
Trubbish.
things. Yes, and Trubbish, like they are holding items that you can sell for money.
Dude, that's
I
kind
know-
of wild. You're gonna capture them, put them in captivity in a Pokeball, and then steal the stuff they're holding to empty your wallets. I mean, I guess if you're gonna put them in captivity, you're gonna steal them.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it's nice to it's nice in the main series games to like kind of farm Paris, because like they can be holding these mushrooms that are very valuable, and I'm like, yeah, give me your money. I need to buy some new clothes. Listen, the main series games are more brutal because you're like literally just like you're a 10-year-old child thrown into the wilderness. Like, all right, survive.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and the way you survive is by beating like random people on the street. You're pretty much,
Yeah.
like street betting,
Yeah.
right? Be like,
The,
I'll beat you. I'm taking money from you, right?
Well, one of my favorite things also is one of the original manga series, Pokemon Adventures. I think does a really good job of kind of like showing a more realistic version of Pokemon without it being super dark. Like it actually shows Ash like out there camping,
Mhm.
you know, and having to make food for him and his Pokemon. And I'm like, yes, see? Like this is a freaking child just tossed into the wild. Like, all right, hope you'll be okay.
Dude, you know what I realized? I feel like if GPL was similar to the real Pokemon series, imagine like every time you battle someone you lost actual money. And if you won, you won.
You lost,
Yeah.
lost coins in the game.
I
Oh my god!
guarantee you ain't no way we would lost that Elo bet last season if he was losing all that money. He lost his phone. He can't lose any additional money after that.
Wait, actually, to be fair, isn't that
He would have been a
kind of-
negative based on his Elo.
It's sort of how the regionals work, right? You pay a rego fee and you only get money if you win enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really lose like you don't
It's not per
like
battle.
like you going 0-2, you lose way more money than going like 4-2. But I guess like if you do well enough, you get money. I don't know. It is similar.
Well, that's the complaint that people have about the double elimination, right? They're like, I'm losing money to get like receive nothing, you know, like I don't even get to compete like as much as I want to, you know.
Yeah.
Like even when I lose, like that's kind of their complaint, is they feel like they're not
right.
getting any value out of the entry fee that they paid. And I'm like, well, you're not wrong, but I don't know if that's also entirely right. But yeah, depends on how you like to play, I guess.
That's right.
This is like the biggest tangent ever.
Yeah, I know. I was just like looking. I was like, wait, we didn't even cover the next event yet. Let's go into
Yeah.
it because we are tangenting.
Hey,
quite
well,
a
Money
bit.
does actually kind of get into this next thing that we had here, this live testing of a new Pokemon Go web store program.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
I didn't realize this was a
I didn't
test.
add this to, but here we are.
I just have it. I didn't know that it was.
So trainers, we continue to strive to improve the Pokemon Go experience. As such, before we launch the significant changes globally, we want to ensure that they are beneficial to the Pokemon Go community and make a strong positive impact on each individual's trainer experience. Okay, I mean this should have been the mission statement from 2018,
Yeah, right.
but here we are. Starting December 2024, we'll be live testing a new reward system for Pokemon Go web store trainers in Australia and New Zealand. They'll be noticing Reward Road, which is that is essentially like what a battle pass
Yeah.
is, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then
Kinda.
yeah. So Steve or Josh, break it down for us, right? Because
Yeah,
because
so
it's a program that you
Because
probably
he's
already
made
started
so
seeing,
much
right?
progress on it.
yeah, I can show you my progress right now. It is I have 0 points.
That's in the shop. That's in the app, or
Yeah,
is it like the
so
web
it's
store?
in the shop. So in the shop,
Okay.
there's just like at the very top of the store, it's a little progress bar, like the battle pass thing,
Mhm.
and it's literally the more dollars you spend, the more points you get, and then every so and so points, you get a few extra items. But it's kind of like very not worth it in like. So like so as a bit of scale, this expedition access thing costs $8 and you get 30 reward points. When you get 5 points, you get 3 stickers. When you get 50 points, which again is like, more than $8, you get 1 premium battle pass. When you get to
No, dude, this is
100
terrible.
points, you get 1 incense and 2 stickers.
No, it's-
When you
there's
get to
no way.
225 points, which again, that was $8 for 30 points, you get 1 lucky egg and 1 star piece, and it just goes on and on like that.
You got to sweeten the pot, man. Like, there's not even rare candy XLs. Like,
And they do
like,
this.
the
They
amount
do
is
this,
so
but they
little.
took away like the coin bundle thing that we had last season.
The coin bundle would have
Well,
been better to keep.
Yeah.
I didn't love the coin bundle, but I didn't hate it. Right? I think it was like
It
okay.
wasn't perfect, but
Yeah.
it was a nice little bonus. Like for
Yeah.
five,
Guess
for
you're
$5
playing-
American dollars, I get extra coins. And,
as long as you
you're
log
right.
on and play, right? And like,
Yeah.
and guess
And
you're
you're right.
playing
If you're
regularly.
going to spend money on the game anyway, like it's
Yeah.
just it's a nice little bonus,
Emphasis on
Well,
little.
And the thing with this thing too, my understanding is that like your progress resets monthly.
Monthly?
Oh, what?
Oh yeah, resets in 21 days. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no.
And
I
I'm
mean,
pretty
I get it.
sure,
Like, battle
like-
passes do have an expiration date and stuff, but 21 days is also really random too, right?
How
like,
do you?
No. Well, it's 21 days
Is
from
it-
now. It's literally like month by month.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to share this feedback. Australian
But it's like-
representative.
Yeah, I mean, hey, no matter how sweet that pod is, I don't think it's going to get me to spend dollars in game. So, I'm not the target audience.
Look, I
Yeah,
kind
I
of get
feel
it,
like-
right? Because they're testing and they think that if people are going to spend for it and it still works, then they'll just roll it out globally. But like, dude, that's like undercutting it too much, right? Like, who in their right mind thought people were really going to actually spend a bunch of
No,
money?
here's
in
the
that
logic,
system,
right? It's like, say you've spent some money in game, you've bought a ticket or two, and you're at like, I'll just scroll up to one of the bigger ones. Say you've got like 1,050 points. You need 50 more points, and you'll get 4 premium raid passes. So it's like, if I just spend like $4 more in this game, then I'll like, get value out of this thing. So I'll just have to buy a little bit more this month. And so it's just that like slight little edge case of getting a little bit more on top. Feels like the
I
Okay, so-
spent enough money in Brazil for Pokemon Go. I'm good for a while. Don't need
Okay,
no
so
reward
I'm
roll.
reading. Galax made a tweet about this when it got announced, and he
Yeah.
said, again, you'll earn 30 points for spending like $8.99 purchase. He said to unlock everything from the monthly pass, you'll need 3,000 points.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's kind of
No way.
That's
no
kinda
way.
wild.
Okay.
Uh,
Congratulations,
But how much
Wales.
is
Yeah, so you're
how
having
much
to
is get
spend,
the
like-
points? Like, how much money would you be spending?
Well, it was
theoretically?
8 Australian
I think,
for
like-
30 points. So if you need 3,000, that's 800 Australian. So that's like, I don't know,
Dude,
what,
Australian
500
Australian
US or
currency is
something?
not that far off from US either. I think it's like almost 1-to-1. So.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
I think you-
515 USD.
Oh,
Right,
really?
but-
Oh, so-
but-
yeah, but still, that's still a
but I
lot of
think-
money.
But the thing is, in USD, I think it's like 8 or 8.99 USD. I think it's converted to local currency.
Because we're getting a better deal. Like, we're getting 30 for 8 Australian dollars, whereas you're getting 30 for like 8.99 USD. So we're actually getting a great
Wait, would
deal.
it still be $8.99 or wouldn't it be cheaper?
No, that's what Tristan
in
just read off of
USD?
Galax's tweet, which is like not using my figure.
Yeah, I guess so, but it hasn't rolled out, right? So like, we don't actually
Right.
know
Yeah,
what like
yeah,
the
yeah.
USD would
Yeah.
be.
It's a
True.
test,
To give
I
them the
guess.
benefit out there,
So-
yeah. I would be surprised if it's also 8 USD. You know?
Oh wait, maybe not, because he's saying the US $5 expedition ticket gives 30 points.
Oh, so he's talking like Australian dollar then.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
But even still, even in USD, that's like $500 in 1 month to max it out. Like,
Yeah.
I would understand if this rewards program lasted like a whole year, but it resets every month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's going to benefit the people that are already spending ridiculous amounts of money anyways.
It's fair enough.
And the people who
And
aren't
for them,
spending
like
money,
an extra rate pass is nothing crazy. But
yeah.
okay, well, we'll see. I mean, I think we're all on a consensus here on the podcast that this reward system definitely needs to be better, right? Also, do something exclusive with it, like make it like a Pikachu with like a hat or something that could be shiny, or a specific Pikachu could be shiny. You get
Yo,
it,
zip
right?
it,
Like,
dog.
no, because the collector should actually go for that, right? And like,
Yeah,
hey,
but
I
I don't
think
whatever.
wanna
you
be
should
a
get
villain.
a hat that just has dollar signs on it.
And then the next reward, the next reward system for the following month has the same hat but with the extra dollar sign.
It's like those like the slowpoke, how it kept getting like 2021 evolves into 2022.
And then it gets
Yes.
glasses with dollar signs on it too.
Oh my god.
Dollar sign shirt.
Yep.
Hey, listen, you know what you're getting.
For real. But like they have like battle passes for other games too, like a lot of games, right? Like Fortnite, League of Legends, Pokemon Unite, like all that stuff. And the thing is, they're usually worth getting because the rewards are nice and there's a exclusive aspect to it, right? Like in Pokemon Unite, there's a special skin that you can't buy anywhere else. I think for League it's similar, right? Or you just like there's a chance, and even if you don't get skins, you get like all these other things that you can use for later that are super rare. But like
Yeah, and
like
I've
at
played
least
some
drop
just
some rare candy XLs at a
right.
minimum, right? Or like elite TM somewhere. Like that would be
Oh.
good. Regular freaking
Well,
raid pass is like, why people gonna spend all this money when they could just buy the raid pass,
yeah.
right?
Well, and I think the way battle passes work too is a little different because like this is you progress by spending more money
That's true.
versus
Yeah.
a battle pass is you spend money and then you get rewards by completing in-game objectives.
Yes.
I've also seen some mobile games that I like the way they're set up where there's like a free battle pass and a premium battle pass, and it's like
That's usually
the
how a lot of
free
them
one,
are. So there's like a free
right?
track where the rewards aren't as good, but it shows you what you would have gotten at your progress bar if you had the premium. So like certain things, the premium
Yeah.
checkpoints that you get all those too if you already did it. So it gives a chance
Right,
to people to
and
buy
the
it
yeah
later
the
if they progress.
right, and the premium ones are like much better too.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they did something like that for GBL, and it was
I
like a
wouldn't either.
$5
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. There's a free track which could be like the in-shop battle pass we get right now,
Mm-hmm.
and then there could be like a $5 ticket, and it could maybe have like double the amount of Stardust, or maybe double's a little too much, but like more Stardust, more rare XL.
I mean, double amount of Stardust from the
encounters.
battle pass like reward thing is not that crazy in my opinion because you don't
Yeah.
get that much dust either, right?
Can I be
Right, so
honest?
like
I think if they released that feature, people would just be complaining about how like, oh, that means you need to play this much in this season, because that happens every time they put out like any sort of like
I mean, people
timed
complain about
paid
anything,
ticket,
right?
right? So it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm paying for this stuff, I should get that stuff. What if I pay for the ticket and only do 10 battles? I just assume that complaint would pop up.
I think maybe there'll be some, but I think a lot of people that play other games recognize like that's how battle passes typically work in
Right.
games, so it won't be
Yeah.
too bad.
I
But
feel like
also,
I
it's
will-
not like you have to buy, right? As long as the current
Right.
system's still as it is, like there's still that free
Yeah.
aspect of it where you get dust and LTMs. I think that's fine in my opinion. But
And the thing too that I think is different is like I understand and can relate to the usual complaint because usually it's a paid timed research that goes away in like a day or two, and like I wish those would last longer. But like if you're paying for a battle pass that's a 3-month thing, like you have plenty of time to take advantage of it if you're paying for it.
Mhm.
So like I think that would be fairly reasonable, and like I would like to honestly see something like that because I think it would, as long as it's priced well with decent rewards, I think it would benefit the people who are playing regularly. And like
yeah,
heck, we could even see like a PvP battle pass and just like a regular battle pass or regular pass of some sort that has objectives like catch this. It would just be sort of like a timed research that has extra rewards, catch X number of Pokemon, do X number of raids, and it's like if you're gonna be playing the game in those sorts of ways, then it's probably worth it for you to get it. And if not, you can pass. And like, I think that would be a healthier system than whatever this is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that would be a healthier system than this is.
Well, we shall see. We shall see how that goes. Well, we are at least in the holiday season, so let's hopefully Niantic's generous with these holiday events. But the first part is part 1. I haven't taken a look at this yet, so we'll see. This looks pretty cute, though. I see the Dedenne with a little Red Riding Hood little costume. So
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Yeah, that's actually whoever designed that, great. The Sandy Gas, I don't know what the heck that guy's doing. He looks the same, but he's just smiling, I guess. But anyway,
well, we're gonna get the shiny, and the shiny is very nice.
I do need better Palisand as well, and more XLs for the Ultra League. So, and also a better IV one for Ultra League. But it starts on Tuesday, December 17th, 10 a.m. to December 22nd. This is part 1 of the holidays, and 2 XP from catching Pokemon, 1/2 hatch egg distance for eggs placed in incubators during the event, which go up for me because I need that Galarian Corsola at some point. New costume Pokemon will appear during the event. Then wearing holiday attire. Wild encounters will be Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Diglett, Swinub, Delibird wearing a holiday ribbon. That's kind of cool, I guess. It's worth more dust.
Delibird's nice for dust too.
Yeah. Good for dust.
Each.
Numel, Snover, Darumaka. Is this regular Darumaka or the ice form? It looks like it's regular.
If it's red, it's the regular. If it's like blue or
but wouldn't
no. I mean, like it just wrote Darumaka, right? It
wouldn't it specify Galarian?
Yeah,
you would. Yeah.
Well, you would think so, but it would.
So it must be the red one, the original.
Why's the red one spawning during the holiday event?
Because it's like, it's the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, it's the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, so they have like this balance of ice and fire types. Because you got Darumaka, Litleo, both on there, as well as Numel.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's my guess. Over here from Kaz's corner.
I see the vision.
Or maybe it's just like red Pokemon or like Christmas color.
yeah. Watch us after this week. We check back on the website. It says Galarian Darumaka next week.
Whoopsie, sorry guys.
Maybe it'll be both. Maybe they'll have both out there in the wild. You never know.
It's true.
And everyone was like, "Why is there a Palisand in a Christmas event?" But I guess they're celebrating an Australian Christmas.
Let's go. Fine. After how many years?
That does make sense. That does make sense now. Yeah. Okay.
Literally every year, it's always like pure ice types, and every year, you get the sort of like tongue-in-cheek comment from Australians, and it's like, "Yeah, this ain't it." Like, what are we talking about here? But to be honest, now that they've actually like added fire types and stuff in it, I sort of look at it and like, well, this is kind of weird. Like, this doesn't feel thematic.
Exactly. That's what we've been saying.
It can't just be you, too. The Brazilians as well. Like everyone in the southern hemisphere is on the other side of the world too. But
everyone's like too little, too late. I'm used to the ice types now.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are they?
Yeah, that's just like Josh changing his names. Too little, too late. We already know you as Steve.
Man,
I don't know what I'm gonna call you. Am I calling you Josh or Steve? I don't even know, right? But
just Steve.
I think there's going to be a lot of both in the future.
Jeeves.
Yeah.
Liar.
Ask Jeeves.
Jove?
No, I like Jeeves. But
I'll take it.
Jove? Wait, how does Jove?
Stosh.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go with Stosh.
I can't.
Let's stick with Jeeves, guys. You're on a great track, and then it started going a little wild there.
We decided in chat for this purse stream that Steve and Debbie instead of Stebby should have been Jobby.
Yeah, amazing.
What about Jebby? Jebby sounds better than Jobby. Jobby is Dobby sounds like Dobby's like evil twin.
I mean, that seems fitting, right?
Oh man!
Oh my god!
Jobby seems fitting.
I said Jebby, and then someone else said Jobby, so I would go with either.
I don't mind. I think Jebby's better. I agree.
Yeah. Dosh.
Anyway,
holidays.
In raids for the 1-star raids, we have Pikachu wearing the Winter Carnival outfit, Psyduck wearing its holiday attire, Dedenne wearing its holiday attire, and Sandy Gas.
Wait,
attire.
Are the Pikachu and Psyduck costumes, are those new or old costumes?
I think they're the old ones. Yeah. They're not new to this event. So if you didn't, if you still want your, shiny one wearing a costume, you got another shot. 3-star raids: Stantler wearing its holiday outfit, Glacian wearing undersea holiday outfit. I don't know what that means.
I love how they're like, we're supposed to know. Just say holiday outfit. How many holiday outfits has Glacian?
Like, why does it specify undersea for that one? Anyway,
It's like a
in
going
Cryogonal.
Yeah.
Some of the like costume names are like the weirdest. Like just the way they like word them is so weird, and you're like, wait.
Well, here we go. There's some more, right?
Yeah.
In the eggs, we got Pichu with summer flare. We got Sphere wearing a holiday scarf. We got Cubchew wearing a holiday ribbon. Why is it Pichu with a summer flare? What does that mean with? Why is he wearing a summer flare? What is a summer flare?
Summer flare is like a vibe, right?
Summer
I
flare.
think it's-
Wait, is this new?
Is it the hat and the sunglasses?
Why is
or-
that? Oh, because it's
I told
Christmas,
you.
right? Yeah, in the South, right?
Summer in the southern hemisphere.
I guess it is a summer flare, but it's like, isn't it just like the summer hat, like and glasses? I guess it's got the sunglasses. They want to say summer hat and glasses, right? They just want to say summer
Listen,
flare.
we've gone on enough tangents today. I think we need to avoid.
Yeah. Let's keep it going. Right, there's some paid research stuff. Nothing crazy. Whatever. If you want to do it, you can. Paid ticket, I should say. And that's pretty much that. So. Honestly, nothing too crazy. Wait, how do you get to Dedenne? You can only get to Dedenne from raids, not in the wild?
No, it's
Really?
that
ain't the move, man.
Yeah, raids only by the looks of it. Well, it hasn't listed it in
Wait,
World
it's not even
Intelligence.
research, huh? I guess that's only raids. Yeah.
I guess there's a small chance it could be in the
we
field
don't know.
cast research.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be in field research as well, but they don't give us access to.
Don't
those
say
apps.
probably. I don't know, Kaz. Don't get my hopes up, you know?
Hopefully.
Wait, no. Wait, no. We have a list of what's in tasks.
Do we?
Oh, what is it?
Where?
Where?
At least from Galaxy's graphic.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, I think. Oh wait, or is that the wild spawns? Wait, is that wild
Yeah,
spawns?
because there's definitely nothing in this.
Unless
blog
he's
post.
like NDA'd from Niantic, he probably wouldn't know that either. But
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
we
I
don't.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. how you would know.
I mixed up the icon.
Okay,
for a
okay.
second.
that's fine. That's fine. We'll talk about the December community event at no time because it's not next week anyway, so
Look.
we'll have time to cover it.
We also know what happens. So
Yeah,
it's
generally
nothing
speaking,
new.
yeah, but we'll cover that next week. So with that being said, let's get down to Kaz's corner. The reigning champ is back.
Yeah, well, I don't know about reigning champ. Nobody got any points last time.
Yeah, so I'm still reigning champ. What you mean? That's
So I don't know about y'all, but I did actually get out and do some Gigantamax Lapras
I
this
did not.
past weekend. So my question is, how many people can Gigantamax Lapras carry on its back?
oh my gosh.
Ooh. What like?
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Like whoever's closest?
Yes, whoever's closest will get
Yeah,
points.
so guaranteed point in the running.
Yes.
We need that.
It's true. I feel a little bad, so we're gonna get whoever's closest gets the points.
Okay. Can we Google a picture? Because I feel like there'll be a nice set of
Yes.
scale.
Google a picture.
I'm just waiting for the week that Kaz says no.
Dude, I hope you all don't like prices right me. You know, I'm like accidentally stuck in the middle. That's like probably the worst.
Okay,
option.
well, we can't price this right. We have to write it at the same time, right? That's
Yes, you do.
No, I know, but like you
Oh,
could,
yeah,
you
yeah.
might end up still being prices
Okay,
right.
okay,
You know,
okay.
like accidentally.
yeah, sure.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a big dude.
Very big.
Oh, I don't even. Okay, I guess I've got a guess to throw out, but I have no idea how ridiculous it is.
I mean, regular Lapras usually only carries one person pretty comfortably.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it's comfortable if you're the only person on there, but
Yeah, I don't think I have.
I love how the Pokedex entry also specifies it's a comfy ride on Gigantamax Lapras.
Interesting.
I don't know about comfy. I don't even see a freaking seatbelt on this guy. Like I'm holding on to one of those shell horns for my life.
It's like a Disney cruise ship on the back. Honestly, like it's got all those.
I would not feel safe.
banisters.
Imagine you're sitting on that in like rough waves. What? And he better not try to dip underwater. Like, I ain't got no oxygen tank with me.
It's a very comfortable ride without the slightest shaking or swaying. Is what?
Oh,
There's no way, dude. That shell's like smooth and curved. Like, you're like slipping and sliding, just standing on the guy.
I'm thinking you're inside the way it looks like that, like a cruise ship, like I mentioned. Like, I think there's got to be like maybe there's some seats in there.
I don't.
No, we don't got any. I don't know about the seat belt situation.
All right.
Okay. Well, I've got a guess.
Definitely no seat belt. There's no way. All right, I'm ready. Y'all
Tristen,
ready?
you good?
All right.
All right.
Count us down.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, send.
Ooh,
man,
I did get prices right. I did get prices right.
Oh
shoot!
No,
I lost then. I lost this one.
I'll hold true to my original statement, but y'all are on the lowest end of the spectrum.
Lowest?
Oh, okay.
Caleb says 100. Tristen says 200, and Josh says 99.
There's no way I can win this.
Tristan is actually the closest because the actual number is 5,000.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh my gosh.
I literally I saw pictures of Gigantamax Lapras, and the people standing next to it. There's no way you can fit 5,000. There's no way.
What the heck?
Like, what the heck?
Are they that is what the Pokedex says.
Are they inside this thing's stomach, like in mouth? What's going on?
Yeah,
like, there's gonna be at least like 5 dudes in each ear. Like,
you know what?
Way.
You know what's funny too? I almost said 100 as well.
Dude, that's crazy.
Then okay.
Wait, these pictures are so misleading. There's no.
If both of you had said like 100, I would have given you like. I would have given you that it was like that it was like 4 digits, and you would have had to re-guess.
Okay.
If 2 people guess the same thing. But yeah, Tristan will get the points because he is the closest, and that is what I said.
So the reigning champ, I'm just tied with Tristan now, but
I'm slipping.
The shared champ. The shared champ.
No, I really was like, wouldn't be surprised if it was under 100 too. Like, I wasn't really sure, right? But
that's why I went 99.
I was like, I changed. I changed my answer last minute because like Kaz mentioned like the cruise ship thing, and I was like, it only looks like it could have like 100
but like
or so,
the pictures don't make any sense.
Ship,
you also threw me off when you said a regular Lapras was going to fit 1 person on there.
Yeah,
you're telling me Gigantamax Lapras is 5,000 times the size of a regular Lapras?
Apparently, that is what we are looking at here.
Also,
I don't know that for sure. Like. The regular Lapras, like whenever we've seen it, usually only carries 1 person, but we don't have a maximum number.
Look, that's crazy.
That's literally insane.
The Pokedex is wrong on this one.
Just right to Niantic.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Excuse me.
Dude, whoever was writing this deck's number, man, they were on something else that night. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, we're just doing 5,000. Yeah.
Just a super casual 5,000.
What?
Wait, let me
every time this Lapras hits a wave, they're like 100 people are falling off at least at a minimum.
Yeah. Look, if it was like 500, I'd be like, okay, like that's a surprise.
500 is kind of wild.
Okay. Let's get some additional context here. I typed into a Google search, what is the maximum like cruise ship capacity, just in general? 7,600.
Okay, no, I get you. It's a cruise ship, and say multiple layers and rooms and stuff. Like the thing is, like with a cruise ship, is there's not people just like on top of it, right? There's people inside of it, right? There's no people inside the Lapras' stomach, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Not in the stomach, Caleb, but if you look at the design, it's got those like that massive shell with like stacks.
Well, what is the stacks? Like, what's holding up the stacks? It's like a giant like rod in the middle.
Look at I'll send this image in the chat. That you can sort of see that Lapras has got like this big hump that like but that's taking up room as well.
I think you can shove a lot of people in there.
You can, but like, how's that gonna be a smooth ride? Everyone's just like hugging the pole.
Because Lapras is a magical sea creature, Caleb.
But how do you even get to the top layer? Like, there's ain't no ladder or elevator, Like, this is not like ADA accessible.
Ladder not provided, but recommended.
Recommended. Like, I don't even know how you get to the first layer. You gotta climb like this slippery fin and stuff. Like, there's probably like moss on it and slime.
That's what I have to imagine is that they were like, okay, well, if Lapras is like a carrier Pokemon, like it has been since the original main series games, then the larger size is going to increase the capacity to what we can only assume would be near cruise ship quality.
All right.
wild.
That's my guess. That's my guess, and it's my corner. So,
Well, you didn't write the Pokedex either, so it's not
that's
like
true.
it's
I
not
did not.
not
I
on you,
did
right?
not-
This is all factual according to the
Allegedly.
lore, but
Yeah.
according
No
to
shot.
the lore.
No shot.
I can only tell you what the deck says. It's true.
Wow.
Well, anyway, we have Steve, aka Josh, falling behind, and you know what? I'll put it at Josh. Why not? Maybe a name change will help you have a different perspective on Kaz's corner. You know? Maybe Josh can bring things back. You know,
Yeah.
Josh
back in
could
the
do what
day,
Steve couldn't.
I wasn't too
Josh
bad.
could cast Perth, right?
We
Yeah.
actually,
Josh could cast corner.
Debbie did purchase like a fake mustache that we were going to use, but we left it. We left it behind. We got it.
Oh my god! Amazing.
Why don't you just
Wait, why
grow
didn't you
one?
wear it?
Aww.
You can't grow?
Maybe-
a mustache?
No,
Steve
no,
can't
no,
grow a
no.
mustache, but maybe Josh can.
That's
maybe.
right.
I believe in him.
Wait. So why didn't you wear the fake mustache?
We forgot it. Like we left it at the house.
That would have been good. It would have been itchy, but it would have been good.
Yeah. It would've
I
been
remember I
worth it.
wore one for like it was like a Halloween party, but it was like a costume party that we used to have in our college. And I was like a lumberjack, so I wore a mustache. And it was like a big like concert outside, right? And everyone's like costume party.
Oh,
And then we had these giant inflatable balls that were like batting around. So like you could bat it onto stage, right? Like the artists don't care, I guess, or I don't know, hopefully they didn't care. But people were like throwing their inflatable balls around. So I hit mine to go throw it towards the stage area, and it knocks the inflatable ball out of the girl's like hands in front of me, or whatever, right? Some random person I didn't know. She turns around, she's like, "You bleep it, bleep," right? Bunch of expletives. And you know, she probably was not, you know, she was probably under the influence.
Mhm.
And she comes over, and I was like, "Am I about to get slapped or something?" And she rips off my fake mustache. And I was like, I was like, honestly, that's actually even more annoying than getting slapped. But the good news is, I brought a spare, so I took it out. Now I put another one on. The mustache just looked a little different. There was like a different curve to it.
Yeah.
I think it was like a handlebar mustache.
Wait, could she tell it was fake, or was she just pulling at your mustache
I think so.
regardless?
I don't know.
Oh my
It was
God.
a very thick, like fake looking mustache. So I think so. I don't know. It's
my
like
God.
looking back on it, that's so weird though, right? I don't know who this person is. I never, even if I saw her later, I wouldn't even recognize, right? And I doubt she recognized me without the mustache. But yeah, it was.
Oh my god! This episode
Wild.
should be called like all the tangents.
On the tangents,
Oh.
yeah.
I bet the other people at the party that saw you earlier and later in the day were so confused. Why is this guy
Well,
got?
no, I think I thought it was hilarious. I just told everyone anyway. No, I don't think anyone else even noticed like the slight difference in mustache. It was fake anyway. But it was super. So for context, it was super like itchy
Yeah.
because like the
Just
fake.
like a real mustache.
Well, yeah, but the problem is like it's not actually attached to your face. So the fake mustache hairs will like go into my nose. And like throughout the night, like, you know, I kind of just got used to it, whatever. But like when I got home, it was like all this fake mustache hair inside my nose I had to like pick out. It was
Oh my
Oh,
god!
very
no.
uncomfortable. Yeah, it was very
Gross.
uncomfortable. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so maybe it's not the worst case scenario that you didn't have it, but that's the moral of the story.
Won't be
But you
too
got,
sad
but the real moral story is you got to pack an extra one too, Steve. You never know.
True.
You might piss someone off in a Perth interview and they just rip it off in front of you. So you need to be ready.
Yeah. It's like,
All right, let's head down to
Oh.
GBL.
You know, on the topic of costumes, where are these costumes at, guys?
I think we agreed that it's gonna be next week because Steve just got back, right? Like I don't know
They
how.
better be
I don't-
outstanding.
Like I do to my best of my ability, right? They don't really sell Whalmer costumes, right? So, and I don't know how Steve's gonna do this Bastion thing. Part of me feels like he's gonna come in with like 5 like cardboard boxes taped to his head and call it a day. But and if he didn't have that idea, he probably has it now. So,
I've got a thought of how to execute, but
all right.
You guys know that Twitter account has.
Oh, Oh my god.
Man, I've
You
been
guys
away
know
like this
that
whole
a
time.
Twitter account has Speedy's Chief shaved his mustache? Whoever made that needs to repurpose it.
Oh, it's no, the hot chip. It's a hot chip.
Oh, the hot chip.
Yeah, the hot chip.
Oh yeah.
No,
Aiden
that was
Hutchins.
Aircore that made it actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but me and Anacor revealed it on like
Yeah.
one of his later episodes. And the funny thing is before he was a co-host, right? He just because he like DM'd me asking for a photo of Speedy without the mustache or without his beard. And I sent it over. I was like, why? He's like, oh, I'm gonna make this funny Twitter account. I was like, okay, I'm down for it. And then funny enough, he made it and he ended up being the host. So
Oh my god.
that wasn't why I brought him on as a host, but I just thought it was hilarious too that he also ended up because I think we did some guesses like who we thought. I think I had when Speedy was still as a co-host, I had him guess 3 people, right? I think he guessed Tristen actually as one. Then
Yeah, he did.
yeah, and he did Ben, Speedy, and then someone else. I forgot who the third person he guessed was, but it was neither of the 3, right? And yeah, and I was like, well, if you don't guess it, that's too late. But it's eventually revealed it was Anacor. But that's okay. I don't know if Anacor's
If
going to be
if you're listening, I need you to revive and
Nah,
repurpose that
Anacor ain't
Twitter
listening. Anacor ain't listening. Come on.
We'll do it
He
next
didn't even listen to his own episodes.
Listen, I think we're gonna need like a whole like catwalk like show off of these costumes. Like it's gotta be real amazing.
I will do a catwalk. I will do a catwalk for you if you like. I don't know how much I could walk with this costume though.
need a blue steel.
But I don't even know if I could sit in this chair in that costume. Like if it's that big, like my thing's kind
I
of thick.
love it. I love
Caleb's
it
just gonna
already.
be standing the whole episode.
Yes.
Don't get too excited, Kaz. I haven't, just like Steve, I haven't actually started doing this yet. So
Actually, to be fair,
It is.
I technically have started. Not very much though.
Yeah.
Barely.
And also, in Steve's defense, he's been like traveling for a straight month. I feel like.
Yeah, I've been
yeah,
home like one weekend so
my
far.
mom's visiting me for 2 weeks, so we just been busy, you know.
Your mom could have helped make the costume.
It's
No,
true.
no, that's
Relive
not.
those childhood days.
No, that's not how it worked in childhood days. Childhood days, so I just go to the costume store and buy a Power Rangers outfit. Like it wasn't. We weren't making those costumes.
Well, it is a new season.
Yes, it is. So should we do a veteran bet again? I think that was fun too.
Yeah.
Let's Ooh. How about this?
I don't like this.
Loser of this veteran bet has to max out a costume Dedenne.
Oh.
I mean,
You better get a good IV one.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's not bad, right? I think
What if we
Or
say like
max
you
out to
have
the
to
best
max
ability.
or well also you could say like max out a costumed Pokemon.
Nah,
I think
nah,
costume
Dedenne's better.
Dedenne
Dedenne's better,
is-
yeah.
Costume
Okay.
Pokemon, there's some that are
Dedenne's
useful.
Yeah.
I
The
don't think
Dedenne
this-
maxed out past 1500 is definitely not useful.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, according to Swatches back in the day, a Master Dedenne could be a Dialga, I think. But like if it's
Oh my gosh.
well, I guess it resists all of this moveset actually, right? It resists everything.
Well, I guess since the costume is only available from
Oh, no, not
raids
Fire.
right now, you do have better odds of getting perhaps a hundo.
Yeah.
Well, Ironhead is neutral.
Yeah.
Electric Fairy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
No.
apparently still I don't know. I didn't sim it myself, so there's a chance that's not like fully accurate, but I just remember that's what Ryan Swag said at a certain time. Okay, so loser
Or last person to veteran.
Yeah, last person a veteran.
or just last person to vet.
Okay.
Max is
I'm actually
costume Dedenne.
home this time, so I'll actually play.
Famous.
Oh, you
last
say. So you say. Are you going to E EUIC?
Nah.
No. Okay. Yeah.
So are we gonna reveal our end of season scores and
Are we doing new
See if-
pairs?
see
Or
if- well,
same
that's the
pairs?
thing.
Or how do we
No,
want to do it?
We've always looked at the scores and then like
Make pairs
the-
off that, right?
the-
But I
yeah,
know.
the
I'm
highest
just
and
saying, like,
lowest and then
we
two middle.
want to change the format somehow.
I don't know.
Well,
how-
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna sit out the bet. I haven't GBL'd since the last bet ended, and don't know.
Oh,
if I
I've only
plan on
GBL like
GBLing this
during
season.
the first day, and that's it. So
No, I haven't
Oh,
GBL'd
oh, oh,
since
oh.
the bet ended.
You got
Yeah.
some work to do.
I haven't touched GBL in like over a month.
You got some
And
work
I
to do.
don't plan on touching it anytime soon.
Okay, how about this? What if we? Part of me likes the excitement of like an actual race to something instead of like a set date, right? Because set dates like kind of like it's not like anticlimactic. You're just like waiting for the reveal. I'd rather be like there's like a race, so like it can end at any point. But I'm trying to think of something that makes sense.
To be able to race, you'd have to have some level of like,
Why don't we just do
different
race to legends
goalposts.
Different
anyway?
benchmarks.
Yeah.
Do we need
different
goalposts?
benchmarks.
This will motivate you to battle more, Steve. We've all been playing since the grassroots days. It's not like we don't know how to PvP, right? Like I believe in all of us. If you put the grind in.
Yeah.
What if we do a tier system, right? So like, oh, how about this? Okay, we'll do like a first, second, third, and fourth, right? And it gets like the punishment gets like worse as you progress down. So it's not like winner takes all, right?
If you've got
But-
ideas,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, how about this? What if we do a? Oh, this is kind of.
maybe
Is that- does that- okay, so
keep saying, how about this?
the stakes are high, right? Does everyone have a shundo?
Yes.
But does everyone not have a shundo? Everyone has a shundo, right? Okay. How about this? First place, no punishment, right? Because you won. Second place, we could do a transfer bet, right? Second place, you have to transfer one of your 6 Pokemon from your highest, like performing tournament, like in Play Pokemon. So like, let's say like, oh, like you got like 9th at whatever, like at some tournaments is your best finish, then you have to transfer one to 6 that you use. If you get second.
Oh, that's really bad though.
I
'cause,
don't know.
like,
I don't want to do it.
Well, yeah, that's why I'll motivate you, right? 4th place, you have to transfer a Shundo. What's your
I'm
third?
saying this. I am not really going to be GBing this season, so I'm not doing a bet.
Oh, you're not doing the bad at all? Oh.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, I just
okay.
don't really have much interest in GBing. Right
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Well, do you still want to do the veteran bet or what?
No, like I don't even know if I'm going to hit rank 20 in the next
okay.
month. Like,
Well, maybe we'll.
Look, let's think on it. Come back next week. I know last time we did that.
I think a race would make sense, but it needs to be like Caleb to legend, Kaz to expert, Steve to like 25 or 2600.
Well, I guess if we could do, I think if we're going just the 3 of us, I'm still down for that. But then, well, then why don't we just do what I just said?
'cause I don't wanna.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole point. That's the whole motivate. You think I want to dress up as Missy at EYC? No, that's the whole point.
I would do that way quicker.
Yeah, dressing up as Misty is not the same as transferring one of my only two Shundos. Okay?
Well, then you got to just win first.
and also like transferring a Pokemon that's a part of your team like means that you've sought out like and made specific stats like for that Pokemon usually. So like that's, and it's unknown whether you'll get to access it again in like upcoming events. So like that's just cruelty, Caleb.
Well, that's the whole point.
He's got that evil twinkle in his eye.
Maybe we'll think on it then. I don't know.
Obviously,
I don't know about
season start.
Okay, how about this? Okay, it's I'll do me to legend or you two to expert, right? Because I think Steve would definitely get hit expert too. He just didn't hit it this season because he wasn't like he was traveling too much. But like I wouldn't say like he needs to be like his goal is hit.
Steve,
that, right?
No, Steve didn't even hit veteran.
No, last season. Yeah, but I'm saying like he's capable, right? Like it was just last season he was traveling a lot. Like if his goal for this season was to hit veteran to.
But did he even hit veteran the season before?
Nah, I've only. Oh, actually, no, I did.
Yeah, he did. Otherwise, we would have lost a bet for sure. I think.
Yeah,
the previous season too.
I thought he was at like 2400 during the last season.
No, because You hit veteran, I think, shortly after I did, because I think we were both using For the Battles team in like one of those special cups.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that on
Yeah,
X.
yeah, I definitely hit veteran. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So okay, how about this? Stephen Cass, you just have to hit expert. I'd hit legend for it to be completed, and I don't know. I think the punishment is not terrible.
I'm not gonna delete one of my only 2 shundos. I'll tell you that right
Well,
now.
yeah, but you just have to get at least second or first, and then you're good.
Yeah.
It's not.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
All right. Well, what do y'all want to do? What do y'all do? I think I like the train of thought though here, especially if Tristan's not going to do it. We can't really do teams anyway, right? So I think it has to be a solo venture.
Yeah, we can think on it, I guess. So
I'm telling you, Kaz,
Anyone-
the worse the punishment is, the more motivated you are. I was motivated as season not to dress.
Just because I'm motivated doesn't mean I will be successful.
Oh, trust me, you'll find a way when you're that motivated.
No, because I got so mad at the end of last season because like I literally got a 5-0 on my first set of the day of like the last day of the season, and I got to 27 like 30 something. So I was like, oh, I can make veteran like this last day, you know? And then all my like other sets were negative. So it's like I was motivated, but not successful.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Wait, Kez, how many times have you hit veteran? Like, or no, expert in general?
Oh yeah, like 4 or 5, I think. But I haven't in like I don't know 3 seasons. So
Yeah, so I feel like maybe Kaz and Steve should be a little lower because Caleb hits legend every season, and they don't.
But
every season.
I don't know. Scaling this is like kind of difficult because I feel like also my motivation to hit legend is much higher than Steve's motivation is to GBO in general. So like I feel like if the motivation is there, like they're not swinging at their like hitting weight, you know, or whatever, right? Like whatever the analogy is. Like I know like deep down your elo is technically higher, right? You're just not GBLing as much, right?
Yeah, I think my end of season elo is 2000. And my elo definitely shouldn't be 2000 if I was going proper. I don't know how high it goes, but
yeah. Okay. Well, what if? All right. So let's just keep the Dedenne bet for veteran for now, and then we'll revisit the
that one sounds.
I'm on
the legend bet or something. Yeah.
All right. We'll take a look see. But
how much time do you have left, Steve?
We've got another 35 minutes on the clock. So
okay, let's hop down to championship series first. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we had 2 regionals. We had Perth and Bogota. I think Perth definitely started first because of the time zones in general too. But
and it was on a Saturday, right? And Bogota was on a Sunday.
Oh, was Perth all just one day? Perth was all just one day.
They were both one day. Yeah. They were both one day.
Okay.
Yeah. Extra separated due to time zone.
But yeah, break it down for us.
Yeah. So Perth. It was Perth is always the smallest of the Australian regionals, as we've talked about many times in the Debbie Pebble slander segment. Perth is very far away from everyone on the East Coast, so you're really only going like traveling from the East Coast if you're intending to do well. So like the best of the best sort of fly over from the East, and the Perth locals actually really showed up this time. Debbie and co have really been doing a lot of work in building up the local scene and sort of getting a lot of them to come to the regional as well. So the first year Perth was 12 people. Last year it was 27 people. This year it was up to 40. So it's definitely ticking upwards, which is
how many non-Australian trainers did you have?
Yeah,
so we had Poke Moneymaker from Japan, and we had we had 2 New Zealanders straight, so Yusei and Bomatsu, and we also had this guy Madikra, who's actually Chilean, but he was coming from New Zealand. So I didn't get to chat to him, so I'm not sure what his story is. But yeah, he's a Chilean guy that lives in New Zealand at the moment. And the other flag that was on the top 8 graphic was Lalu Loha, who had the Vietnamese flag. But they're a Perth local.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, okay. So they're registered under the Australian leaderboards too, right?
Yeah, that's right. So Dracovic asks, did they want the Vietnamese flag or the Australian? And they were like, Vietnamese sounds good. And he sort of said obviously representation matters. And someone did respond to the Dracovic tweet being like, oh, first time I've ever seen the Vietnamese flag on one of these graphics. And it's like, oh, that's nice. 'Cause
Yeah.
he did do well. So yeah, with 40 people, obviously it's that, you were talking about it last week as the Broly meta, which is irrelevant to me because I don't Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, it's very much in that halfway meta where some of the move changes were live, some of them weren't. In that any of the buffs or nerfs in terms of Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Fang, etc., they were live. But
you can't use
all of the
Biberal.
you can't use Biberal, can't use no Starmie either.
No Focus Blaster Galgi, guys.
Yeah,
Dude.
being sad.
Wait, is Starmie
What about-
actually good? I did
No.
lose to a GBL, but I also won. But like, a D was trying to make a
Yeah.
team with it for Toronto, and I'm just like, dude,
Don't.
like, in the nicest way possible, like this
No.
team is trash. Like, it is hot garbage.
I tried using it for a few sets, and like I found some success at the lower, like, the earlier levels of GBL in the new season. But like, yeah, it definitely like will not hold up as as you get higher up and the meta develops.
Nah.
So what do you like? I have a question though. What do you do for something like Diggersby? Because like it already had Fire Punch, but now Fire Punch is like just gonna do more damage. Are you like not allowed to
Yeah, no,
use
so
it?
any
No, you can
moves
use
that
it,
a
you can use it,
Pokemon
yeah.
already had that were changed are still good to
Okay.
go. It's just
Yeah.
new
Okay.
move additions that were banned. So
Yeah.
there's only
Okay.
5 things that they added this season that you couldn't use, 2 of them being on Starmie. So yeah, it was most of the way there, I guess.
Biberal is probably the only thing that's like might be meta relevant that was like not
Maybe
usable.
Gliscor,
Yeah.
but mostly just Biberal,
I doubt it.
think.
Yeah, Sandtag Gliscor is like weird too. It's like I don't even know if it like consistently beats the fighters anymore, depending on the moveset you're running.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, that's another one that I found. Like I used it for a few
Yeah.
sets and found it a little kind of annoying, actually.
yeah,
Biberal's the only one that I think really will have any sort of competitive, widespread competitive play, I guess. But a Galarian Corsola was also legal for the first time. Not obviously to do with the season, just because it was released early enough from the its event. It was sort of good to go for Perth and Bogota for the first time. And so going into Perth, I actually really thought that Galarian Corsola was going to be like, a big deal. I was like, it's going to be good. Like, it's a really scary Pokemon. And it was on like top 10 usage. So it was on like 18% of teams or something like that. But it kind of underwhelmed, to be honest. It didn't really do much of value. And maybe part of that was because people were really like hard countering it a fair bit. Like the equal third top usage was Mandibuzz, which I assume is very much to counter both Monkey and Galarian Corsola. But yeah, it just didn't really do much, to be honest. So I'm sure someone will have some success with it eventually, but yeah, I wouldn't hang my hat on it as much as I would have like a week ago. It's not that great, but the tournament itself, go ahead, actually.
I feel like that's a little bit of like new Pokemon syndrome. I feel like we saw the same thing when like Annihilate was first released, and we saw it with Annihilate and Primeape after their community day, where it's a combination of like it's a new Pokemon, so people aren't as familiar with using it, and also everyone is expecting this new thing to be very good, so they're building their teams likely stronger than normal against this new thing because they don't want to lose to Galarian Corsola. And then I think with time, people, especially if you're saying it underwhelmed, right? With time, especially if people are like, oh, this thing's kind of underwhelming, they're going to start making their teams softer to it. People are going to start getting more practice with it, and then I think it'll pop in more eventually. Again, we saw the same thing with Annihilate, both on initial release and with Rage Fist, where like the first event, it was eligible. Everyone was like, maybe that wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be. And then like 1 or 2 events after that, it sort of popped off. So it's possible we see that. But I do think one of the biggest problems for Galarian Corsola is that the Diggersby, which was already good, just got buffed. And Diggersby resists all of its moves. So like that's kind of going against it already. Plus you have, an array of other normal and dark types that are good with Dunsparce, with Mandibuzz, Galarian Moltres, Drapion, etc. So we'll see, but I think it'll pop up more at some point, but I think it's just being the first tournaments, it didn't do as well.
Yeah.
Well, the second tournament did pretty well though. So, but
I honestly
we'll
haven't
get.
looked at all. Like
Oh well, Richie,
I know
the
who had
winner of
I
Bogota,
know
had
who
a
won, but I didn't see
Yeah.
the
yeah
teams.
Corsola, yeah. He had a Galarian Corsola on his team.
Okay.
And, it was
Alright.
lucky too, actually. So,
There were 3 Galarian Corsola in the top 8.
yeah, I think
Fair
Galarian
enough.
Corsola is still like pretty broken. I don't have one to use, but like knowing what it could do, like there's like win cons against like Malamar and stuff, and like weird, like maybe even Drapion. I don't know, but anyway, there's
Yeah,
there's
well,
some interesting win
I,
cons on that thing.
that's why I think Tristen makes a good point. It's like people like right now there's still like a very low level of access for it.
Mhm.
So people are going to get more practice. People are going to get more opportunities to like trade and get a more optimal stat spread, that sort of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do start seeing more of it maybe in like the 2025 calendar tournaments.
Yeah, that's a good point too, Kaz. I didn't even mention and didn't think about is like, yeah, like a lot of people are like either like Caleb and don't have one at all yet, or maybe they only have one and they aren't happy enough with the IVs, so they're
Yeah.
waiting to use it.
Yeah.
So,
All
like,
mine are trash, so I will not be building one until I get at least a slightly better.
Hey,
stat
Richie ran
spread.
one with a lucky one. You never know. Yeah, Galarian Corsola beats Malamar in the one shields. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, but I was looking at it before Perth, and there are a lot of matchups where like the egg IV loses, where the trade IV actually does pick up. So that could be it. Like obviously it did well in Bogota.
Yeah.
I don't know how it went, but in Perth, like one of the other factors might just be that people are sort of running egg IV or not as ideal IV that sort of lose a lot of matchups that the like actual good ones would win. Like I know Jin's got a rank 1 Galarian Corsola while we were at Perth, so
What? You got a 0-15-15 at Perth?
I've rated him
my
one.
God.
That's crazy.
it was rank 1 best buddy.
Oh, rank 1 best buddy.
Jeez.
But still.
That's hey.
Still though,
Oh,
God.
the
He's like
funniest
a
part
local of mine
was-
too, so I'm bringing my Diggersby every week.
The funniest thing too was that Maximilian P tweeted out this weekend with a rank 3 Galarian Corsola. He's like, I challenge everyone to have a better rank 1 than this. And then like a few hours later, I see Jin's tweet, so I just quote tweet it to him, and I was like, you were saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
actually nuts. I mean, the best buddy, honestly, in some ways, even better because
Mm.
you're not best buddying a lot of things.
Well,
Yeah.
rank 1 best buddy is literally better than like rank 1 regular, right? Because like the whole point is that best buddy
Yeah.
gives you extra room to actually get better. Like if the rank 1 best buddy was just the same as the rank 1, then it'd be like, oh, irrelevant.
Right.
So it's actually like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
peak Corsola.
Yeah.
At least as far as like stat product,
Yeah,
obviously.
That's right. It might lose.
You know,
some things.
there
It
might be
does,
sometimes that the rank 1 has, I don't know, higher defense or something, or higher attack that helps it with some specific thing. You never know.
Yeah,
But
there are a
yeah.
few astonished breakpoints running around. But
I think I saw two with, I think maybe it's like really high defense or really high bulk. I think Galarian Corsola can beat Feraligatr in some, or Shadow Feraligatr in some scenarios as well.
Oh, for sure.
it's because you have enough HP is essentially the dealio. You survive. But I guess Perth wise, tournament was one of those ones that like I sort of realized this. You always see the Dracovic graphics of these tournament results. You look at the top 8 and you're like, yeah, obviously that's the top 8. Like that just makes sense. I see like these guys consistently perform. They're always going to be here. But maybe other people are aware of this, but I wasn't. That you sort of then look at like, the O2s in the tournament and Tristan's gone.
Ruh-roh. New
Hopefully he gets
laptop,
back
new
in.
schmaptop. Jeez.
Yeah. Wait, is he using the new one already, or?
I don't know. I just know he mentioned he was getting one.
Yeah.
Actually, the camera looked similar to me, so maybe not.
Okay. Well, let's just keep going and see what happens.
So I guess time-wise, we've got to keep moving, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So you see a lot of like actual good plays that like sort of bomb out pretty early that you just sort of don't think of because they don't land on the graphic. And in Perth, there was lots of like pretty much almost all of the world's qualified battlers actually lost their round 1. So like Mikey Morgs lost, Gone 1001 lost, Rick Flareon lost, Avrip lost, and they all lost their like round 1. And so it's like, oh, there's some up and coming talent going on here. And so most of them still made their way to top 16. Avrip actually made his way all the way to top 4, I think. So
Yeah.
he kind of went nutty with
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
welcome back, Tristen.
Oh, we're wondering. Are you using the new laptop now, or is it still the previous one?
No, the new one hasn't come in yet.
Okay,
Amazon
okay.
told me it was going to come in Wednesday, and then the day of, it was supposed to be like Wednesday by 8 p.m. And then at like 6 p.m. they're like, "Oh, just kidding, it's not coming for like another week." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I'd understand if you said it's coming like tomorrow or the next day, but how are you like an entire week behind what you said?"
A week's a little different.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Well, do we keep going with this recording, or do we?
Yeah, we should be
Okay.
good. And
Alright,
if
cool.
not, it would be really awkward. I don't know by now. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So a lot of the world's qualifiers were knocked out early.
Yeah. So, there's sort of room for some up and comers to fight through. Pokey Moneymaker being one of them. Obviously coming from the Asian region, they don't get championship points, but they qualify for Worlds now if they win. And so for him, it was
They
very
get some
much
money
like
too, at least, right?
Yeah, you get the cash prize as well. So it's not completely nothing, but he sort of made it
That
all the way to the
moneymaker.
losers finals. Yeah, Pokey Moneymaker for sure. So he made it to losers finals, but ended up losing to 89 CGY Flames fan. And so we ended up with the grand finals with CGI Flames fan versus They Love Jai, who are both like, Flames fan is 14. So he's
shoot, what?
Look, spoilers, he became the youngest ever regional champion. So
Wow.
congrats to that guy in Pokemon Go, obviously. The other games.
Yeah, on the
juniors,
master side of things, right?
Wait, what's
certainly
the?
Masters.
Do you guys have an age of digital consent in Australia?
13. Well, that's like the default everywhere, right? Like no one can do it below 13 anywhere in the world.
Right, but like there's some countries where it's like 16 or 18 or.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was asking.
We just have the same
You guys are
default 13.
Okay.
So last year was the first time he could compete, and he went top 8. And then this was his second regional, and he won all the way. But the other story, I guess, is They Love Jai, who last Perth regionals was also his first ever tournament. Came second, lost to Rick Flareon in the finals after taking him all the way, bracket reset, etc. This time round, he came second again, second ever regional. So he's 100% success rate on the second. So he's coming for Caleb Peng.
Pretty good
on that.
Pretty good. I didn't even get second in my second one either. I got like 17th, but
so
I didn't get second on my third.
And this was your guys' first regional with seeding, right?
Correct. Actually, yeah, that's the other thing. This was the first one with seeding. So all of those top players getting knocked out.
Wait, what do you mean? They didn't have seeding in Australia before?
No. It was completely random. So like last year.
Wait, why was it? Oh, it was random last year too. Like even in the springtime.
Correct.
Oh.
So we had like Avrip versus Mikey Morgs in like round 1 last time. Which is like dumb.
Well, the seeding didn't really help the top seeds, I guess, because they all got upset.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of, I guess, it helped them stay alive in the losers bracket because they didn't have to. Face each other
I guess to a
top
degree.
top 16.
Avrip had a really good losers bracket run.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, losing round 1 and then just win all the way through. But actually, that was the other thing about They Love Jai and Flames fan is that they didn't drop a game until winners finals against each other. They were
That's
just
crazy.
Clean as a rose
Dang.
all the way through. So, and They Love Jai's a young
Locked in.
guy as well. Like they're both.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Both of their ages start with a 1.
Dude, his favorite Pokemon's got to be Shadow Lone Ninetales.
And he read it again.
It's not. I know. Well, I know because I played him in a practice room. I was like, man, this thing's kind of annoying. I don't know if it's like particularly good, but it is like, I mean, taking only neutral from fighting damage is nice compared to Alolan Sandslash, but there's definitely like trade-offs for sure, right, in some of these matchups. But
to be honest, watching a lot of his games,
fast.
Alolan Ninetales definitely wasn't the star of the show, and it was a little bit, probably underwhelming as well. But the big pick that he ran as well, that is, I think, going to become meta relevant, was Unovan Stunfisk, that he's kind of crushing with. And then I ran it in a
like
cup.
What does it do that like Diggersby can't?
Well, he was sort of
Thunderstock.
Yeah.
Like flyers and water types.
No. Diggersby's kind of nuts. So Diggersby can beat Mana Buzz now.
Yeah, but
I know.
But
with
like
the Fire Punch
can.
buff in the 2s, and then and then you beat it in the 1s and 2s is running Air Slash. Well, I mean, so the reason why I bring that up is because like Diggersby's going to win that head to head, right?
Yeah.
So like if you bring the less superior ground type in the head to head matchups, you should definitely have a good reason to bring it, right? Because you're also you have a little more playing to Azumarill, I guess, but still not great, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
But it
better.
makes-
I think more playing to Zoomer, more playing to Feraligatr, better like Talonflame.
Yeah.
Frogger's kind of weird though, because if you don't shield
It
the
just
Scorpion
makes-
Fan, you still like are in like
Yeah.
quick attack range.
I think that while they do similar jobs, I think that Stunfisk's typing and moveset give it like, it makes things a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah. In some matches
walls
for
a
sure.
lot of
Matches for
things,
sure.
like Mandibuzz, which he did. He landed it on a few Mandibuzzes through the tournament as well. But the Thundershock buff
Yeah.
also helped out quite a bit. And like there were a few matchups where the Thundershock farm down was actually pretty solid, and he sort of
Interesting.
set himself up for the back.
I'm not trying to say it was like a bad pick. I'd be curious if anyone else runs it successfully like Jide does, right?
Well, I ran it successfully in a cup the next day. I top 4.
I'm saying like at a regional. Yeah. I won my cup with a Rangru on it for context. Okay, this past weekend.
Yeah,
but I didn't bring the Rangru once though. To be fair, so like the entire.
Well, yeah, I feel like They Live Dry. I feel like at least the battles I saw, like there was definitely times where the Stunfisk really carried him. I feel like it got him to the grand finals, but then I felt like he relied on it too much in the grand finals and got punished for it as well.
Grand finals is a hard team comp for him. He kind of just needed alignment a little bit in the grands.
Yeah, because I look over there at Flames Fan, and you've got the Shadow Kanto Marowak and the Jump Love. That's like,
yeah.
Well, I think the Drapion was Jai's biggest problem. And that's why he brought the Stunfisk so much, was he didn't have other good Drapion answers. But then his Stunfisk just kind of got punished because Flames Fan was expecting the Stunfisk and just took advantage of it.
Yeah. How did he beat Drapion in general, though? That Drapion is actually such a pain for his team across the board.
Yeah.
He actually said, I don't think he had to face a single other Drapion in his run to the winners bracket.
Really?
He just dodged them the whole way through.
Wow.
Yeah. Obviously, he won like winners finals 3-2. And then, grand finals. It was a 3-0 bracket reset. And then, Flames Fan was pretty dominant. But the winners finals was also, the losers finals was a dispute nightmare as well.
Was it?
But it went for so long, and they ended up swapping out the phones, and it was pretty clean for the grand finals. They were probably the same phones they'd been running all day for the stream. But
I think there's like 4 disputes or something in like the best of 5 set.
That went to game 5.
I went to game 5, so they played like 8 or 9 games total. I think it lasted like over an hour, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously it was a best of 5 instead of a best of 3, but I'm like, this is why we're not ready for Swiss yet, guys. Like, I know everyone wants Swiss, but like, imagine this like hour plus round match just holding up everybody else.
I mean, it's still, the tournament's still running, I guess, but it is what it is. But I mean, shout out to Dr. Trotter and Fishy Legs, who were casting at the time. They were they didn't go to a BRB screen. They were just rambling the whole time. I mean, it got pretty in the weeds. I mean, they were
do it.
Famously, Fishy Legs asked like, "Oh, do you think Shadow for Alligator is introverted or extroverted?"
Dude, when that happens, and I'm like in like the caster rotation, but I'm not the one actually casting. I'm just like, hey man, Butters, luckily it's not me and you there, like luckily we're off.
I was the exact same way.
I'm gonna just keep doing these raids while we're watching them,
I was surprised that Steve and Debbie didn't relieve them for like the grand finals at least, because they looked gassed by that point because they've been going for so long.
It's part of the schedule, I guess. I mean, it's not their like if they're scheduled to do it, they should still get it, right?
But hey, like credit to them for having such fun with it. Because I mean, good job on all the casting. Like, it was really enjoyable, honestly, as a stream.
They definitely MVP'd through that hour. But I mean, the other MVP actually was Miss Mystic, who was producing the whole thing, and
remotely, right?
Remotely. Let's just say she wasn't planning on it going so long. It was like a 10-hour plus stream.
No,
and wasn't it like 6 a.m. for her by then?
So when did it end? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
I think it ended like 3 a.m. Pacific or something. So it would have been
yeah,
like
that's
6
why I
a.m. for
wasn't
her.
watching it.
Yeah. But then,
And then-
she went and she produced the Speediest Chief Rise to Occasion tournament like right after. Which is like,
Yeah.
Oh my
dude,
god.
she's crazy.
Yo,
She's the goat.
that's
She's
wild.
probably having some flashbacks from like Silk Continentals weekends.
She's the MVP, really.
Yeah, it would not have been
Definitely on
possible
the
without
grind.
her. So
Yeah.
big shout out. But
So here's the real question, Steve: is the Aussie community still hating on gins, or is everything?
well, see, no one was hating on gins directly, right? It was about the situation per se.
I know.
But which I
I
still
did
think
see
is
some
pretty rough.
screenshots from a Discord though, and I was like, "Ooh, this is pretty wild stuff coming from some people."
Yeah,
Jins was in the Discord, so he was the one that showed me. He's like, "Yeah, look at this." I was like, "Oh, interesting."
I mean, as long as he's there, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But look, it's very. I think that if anyone had met Jins before, it would be a bit more of a positive scenario as well. Like Jins was a faceless guy who had got all these championship points in the
But
US.
the thing is, he only got championship points from one regional too.
yeah,
right?
but we had no
Like,
regionals. Was the point?
Fair, but there were a decent amount of people from Australia that did travel to LAIC, and also
There were only
Buenos
3 of us, and
Aires.
I was one of them. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, but out of the 3, how many of the 3 even got points at LAIC and
One.
Buenos Aires?
1 out of
Yeah,
3.
right. So like other people had chances too, right? It's not like
But like, regardless, he sort of guarantees himself a spot, right? Because there weren't 4 people that traveled.
uh.
So he guaranteed.
But like
the
he had
travel
to
award
earn it,
type.
right? Like he wasn't guaranteed points at
but the
Louisville,
point-
right? He
the
had to
point
still
isn't that it wasn't
right.
guaranteed. The point was that the Australians didn't have an opportunity to get that Australian travel award, whereas him living in the US was able to get points.
But he
from
had to
the
travel from
Oceanic
Australia to come to the US in the first place to do it, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like he didn't come back after Worlds though. Like he went straight.
Yeah,
from
but
Worlds
that's not
to the US and
him.
was there.
But that's
Like,
not.
I think we're missing the point a little bit. In the
Well, no. I get why they're upset, right? I get why they're
Yeah.
upset, but I feel like we could talk. I mean, this is pretty much the T topic to it in a nutshell, too, right? I think like it's the way the travel award works, right? And even World's qualification works is you pay to qualify, and it's like you pay to have the chance to qualify, and you pay to have the chance for the travel award, right? Which is like, I don't know. I feel like it's also like unrealistic to say like, hey, everyone fighting for the for the Oceania Travel Award cannot go to a regional outside of their region, right? Like I feel like that's like a question mark. Okay, I will put it this way. I think if Jins lived in the United States, like almost the entire year, right? And like that's his, his residence and stuff. He just has like an Australian citizenship or something. That's a little weird,
yeah.
right?
Well,
in my
you're
opinion.
thinking of like Worlds, right? Like he did live in the US for the entire travel award period. That was sort of the point that was made. So like,
Yeah. Oh no,
Which I
I
think
get
is
you. I get that, right?
a-
But like, whose fault is that, right?
it's entirely TPCI thing. Like Jins is not the bad guy
Yeah.
here. It's
Yeah.
the problem is
Yeah.
the system.
Is I don't know. I think that's an interesting topic. Is it TPCI's fault? Like, I don't know how else they address it, right? Like,
Well, the easy address situation is that like we're going to have 3 regionals this season. They haven't announced number 3. You need to have 1 in every travel award period because like otherwise,
for TPCI to plan the stuff.
yeah.
But
Um,
I don't know if it's like a venue thing or a schedule thing or what, right? Because that might just be. But what if Jin just went to like 2 regionals then, right? In the US.
Yeah.
And Australia had 1. Wouldn't
Australians
like,
would still be
I'm just
annoyed.
wondering. We're hypothesizing here,
Yeah.
but like wouldn't
Right.
some Aussies still be kind of pissed at him because he
Absolutely.
had
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it's like so that's what I'm saying. It's like a lose-lose situation, right?
Yeah,
In a way, right? Like there's no way around it because even they had a regional, there's still more regionals in Europe,
There's
Latin
not-
and NA, right?
Yeah.
So
There's
Yeah.
not like a fix. Like there's not
It's-
one thing
Yeah.
that would fix it.
like, that's
like-
that's what I'm saying. I was like, is anyone really at fault here? Like even if TPCI, like the only way to solve is if there's the same amount of regionals or events in every region and in
Yeah.
every single travel
And
period, which also
as you brought out,
would be impossible,
like
right?
yeah, as you brought up, like they're not even entirely in control of that. As much as they're the ones, creating the events, they're not necessarily always in control of what venues are accessible when.
Yeah.
Um,
But also, like, to
And
have as
also-
many Oceania tournaments as there are in NA, EU, and
that's
LATAM
never
during
gonna
the same-
happen.
That's not going to happen.
No.
Not enough
Yeah.
players.
I mean,
and-
I wish
Yeah.
it could happen.
I
I
sure
wish
wish.
wish it was easier,
It's like
or
Steve
more of
Travelling
a
every weekend
priority.
for GBLing again.
And here we're at a Perth number 3 for the season.
Oh yeah, but look, yeah,
Somewhere Debbie's doing a happy dance. When that happens, yeah.
I mean, this is already
Um,
back to back Perth. Like this is the second Perth in a row. So it was
Yeah.
it was the last regional
Was
of
there-
last season,
was
the
there a
first
calendar
regional of this
year?
season.
Oh, there wasn't one the second season?
No. As in, like Perth was the last regional of the last season.
Yeah.
And it was the first
I
regional
see.
of
I see
this
what you're saying.
season.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So as
also
far
have two-
as the Australians are concerned, you only go to Perth.
It's the last two of them. So
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I think that's my whole thing. Is like, I'm not like, I get the frustrations, but at the same time, it's just like I don't know.
You can't blame Jin for that.
No,
Well,
no,
it's
I
even
think
like even in other people, right? Like in NA, like if you're not going to like LAIC, right, and like all these other things, I think like everyone that got the travel for EUIC all went to LAIC too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
From NA, it was Elam,
Mhm.
Pocket, what do you call it? Nighttime and Lao Jeffs.
they didn't all need
Yeah.
points from LAIC though, right? Like
I think they did.
I think they
That's
did.
why Lyle went. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
And they all
think,
got
like,
points at LAIC too, which is
well,
the
because
more
I
important
think
actually.
like Dune barely missed out on the UIC travel load too, if I
Right,
remember
yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, if
So,
one of them
like,
hadn't
you know,
gone, Dune probably would have gotten that.
To be fair, I know a flight from like Australia, New Zealand is much like more expensive going to most other places, right? TBCI regions to compete. So like
especially
I understand that, but
LAIC.
like I think like it's like I think it's easy to scapegoat Jins here because he's like the one exception, right? Out of the people on the leaderboard, whereas everyone else is like still actively living in Australia, even though
Yeah,
they had to travel to
I
Buenos
think
Aires in
the
LAIC,
actual
but
the point is that we sort of raised these frustrations when the system was announced. Like
Yeah,
we sort
yeah,
of
yeah,
pointed
yeah.
all this
And
stuff
then you
out,
see
and
it come
everyone
to
sort of
fruition,
ignored it
right?
a little bit because it was like, oh, it's just the Australians, whatever. And then when it actually happened, everyone was sort of like pointing at Jins and being like, see, it happened. And then it sort of really got framed as all an attack on Jins when the point was just like, I think no one should blame any of the Australians for having frustrations about the scenario because it's like completely
No.
fair. Like even if it's not a fixable problem, it's also like completely
Yeah, I
valid to
think
be frustrated.
Right.
So-
I think the
Yeah.
he's had valid concerns for sure.
I think also
Um,
because they didn't see Jins compete in any other tournaments prior, they're like, oh, this is just like some Aussie living in the US, right?
Yeah, well,
It's
most
not
people
like
had never
a-
met him. Like he'd never attended Australian
Right.
regional.
Fair,
so
fair.
he was
I
just
didn't meet
this
him
guy.
until literally like he was at a local mine right before Worlds. That's the first time I met him too, actually. But I only knew about him because Anacor mentioned him. I was like, wait, is it a
Well, and
Japanese player or like an Australian
and-
player?
Right,
Yeah,
and I
but-
think there was also some confusion because like it sounds like now that more information has gotten out that like he is going to be moving back to Australia soon and spending the bulk of the rest of the season there, if I'm correct.
he
versus,
goes
like-
in between. Like his like his family's like in LA or like California, but he has a
Right.
Australian citizenship and he went to school there and he grew up in like Japan. I don't know.
Right.
I might be giving
But-
too much of his personal life info out, so I'm going to stop here. But anyway, I don't know. I talked to him about it a little bit too. I was just curious what his thoughts were on that too. But
Right,
It
but
is
I
weird.
think
It is
think
weird,
some of the
yeah.
frustrations too were that people felt like or thought perhaps that he was just like living in the US for the entire year, but putting himself on the Australian
yeah,
leaderboard.
I mean, I can see
when,
people
like,
being upset if he was here half the year too, right? Like even if it wasn't like half
Yeah.
and half. But I
and
don't
like
know, you
I
have to-
understand too like this specific situation of like he was in the US for the entire travel award period, but it's
Mhm.
definitely a funky thing if he is going back and forth. Like where should he really be?
yeah,
And I know too that like you can change your like region via TPCI, but I've heard it's fairly difficult to do. So it's not even something like he could easily switch back and forth. Like, you know, it's not like he could have easily been in the US leaderboard for the first travel award period and then switched back to Australia, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's definitely a nuanced and complicated thing. And like, yeah, it's hard to know what the right, you know, answer
Yeah.
is. And, you know, I think he did make some good points too. That like, why is he being singled out when you have someone like Steve who's traveling for a bunch of regionals? Obviously, Steve didn't get the points to get the travel award.
Well,
but, like,
Steve and Zitar both went to Buenos Aires and LAIC, right? So technically, the
Right.
two of you had more chances than even Jins did.
Yeah.
out of region to get.
I mean, I can tell you why he was singled out. One, because
Yeah.
we never met him, and so like he
Yeah.
wasn't. He didn't have that Australian brand. It's like if Rick
Yeah,
Flairion is
yeah.
over getting points somewhere,
Yeah.
everyone knows him in
Yeah.
Australia.
He's
So
not
it's like,
one of
fair enough.
us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't know the guy. He's
right,
just
Yeah.
someone with an Australian citizenship that we don't know. And the other point being that like he was living in the US the whole time. So like, you know, when
Yeah.
Zitab and I fly out to Buenos Aires, it's like, oh, like there's a problem in the system that it's pay to win, but that's, you know, whatever. That affects everyone. Like people are still unhappy about it, but it's more understandable, I guess. But it's also like, it's expensive.
Who
so it's
end
like,
who
if you
end up
pay to
getting the
fly out
travel
there
award?
and you get $3,500, then it's like, oh, you've still lost money. So it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who got the Oceania travel awards for
UIC?
I think Yusei and Bomatsu again as the sort of New Zealand point farmers, and then Rick Flairion, who was like, you know, and then Jins, I think were the four.
Wait, so I know you said didn't go to LAIC, right? Is he going to UIC?
I'm not
Didn't he
sure.
get the World's Travel Award too, or am I?
Yeah, he did, and he didn't go to that either, which is another, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he at least was at Perth, but do we know if like the people, because I don't know, right? But if people with the travel awards, they don't go to the tournament, do they still get the award?
So you have to, when you claim the money, and this is actually new. I don't think it was the case for the other games, and it probably is the case now. You actually have to sign a thing that says, I will use this to attend the event. And if you sign that and then don't go, you have to give the money back at risk of like.
So you say had to give the money back for LAIC.
Well, I don't know yet, because it's like, you know, he spent the money and gave the hotel to a different person. So I don't know if.
What?
It's like,
that's a little.
I hope that he had to give the money back in a sense, because otherwise that's a pretty solid exploit.
I mean, Steve's and that other person was me.
I mean, I don't know how it works, but my guess would be they would check like, did you actually compete in the tournament? Like, did you actually complete like 1 or 2 rounds?
Yeah.
So since you say didn't complete,
but if he says that he spent the money for someone else, that's like.
Yeah, well, like he spent the money with the intent of going, and then decided he wasn't going, and then the hotel, you know, pass it on to someone else. So I don't know how it'll end up working, but I
have to imagine he'll have to give at least some of the money back.
Certainly, any unspent money. We'll just see if he actually pay back the rest, because otherwise,
I mean, you would think all of it, because if it's on the condition of
you go
this money, so that I will be competing at this event, and you don't compete at this event.
You would think,
like if your friend is in the whole tournament you booked, then just get your friend to pay you back. You know,
exactly.
like that's on you for, you know. But I don't know. Anyway, we don't need to dive too much into that too. This is nothing against UCA or anything. I was just curious about the travel award, right? Like I have no dog in this fight.
So for sure.
By any means.
Again, not that the Aussies were like hating on Jins specifically. I know that it was more frustrations with the system, and we're just pointing out the flaws with the system. But like, were people feeling a little better about it after meeting him at least? Like,
I think. Well, again, now like he's a very friendly guy. Like I like the dude. It is. I haven't talked to anyone since he actually met folks, but I do assume that they're just gonna, you know, the opinion stays the same. I guess they might just be maybe a little less frustrated about it. Unclear.
Maybe a little less vocal.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you know, you can have you can certainly be frustrated, as we've said, you know, but you don't, you know, if you meet the person, and it's harder to hold on to that and, you know, put it into reality.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Well, with that said, I do have to head off, so I might leave you guys to talk about Bogota, etc. But
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. We will catch you in the next one, Steve.
Yeah. See you next week with
Josh.
Guaranteed.
Josh.
Yeah. And so we're gonna talk about Bogota. Tristen, if you DC again, we'll just wrap it up myself. Just don't worry about it. But anyway, so there were 2 Galarian Corsola that made it into three actually that made top 8. I actually think it's good. I don't think it'll be like one of those like Annihilate's going to take a while to get good kind of thing, right? Like I think like it's going to make a I think it'll make a pretty big appearance in Toronto as well. And I think if for those that don't have like the right counters for it are really going to regret that, right? Because you can't just like rely on Cloudflare anymore. I think it's just not as reliable.
So what? Toronto's going to be Oops All Diggersby?
Diggersby, Drapion,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Malmore, bunch of darks, Mandibuzz.
Mandibuzz, Galarian Moltres.
Mandibuzz, yeah. Air Slash Mandibuzz doesn't seem as ideal anymore. The fact that you lose to Diggersby in the 1s and 2s is nuts. That's like crazy. Because the biggest selling point was, oh, it's nice because you win the head-to-head, you bet into the fighters, but now, not so much. Not so much. So we'll see how that goes. But Richie, yeah, to take it all the way, we also have Alhuka TV got third place as well. So that is also pretty big in our top 4, and running a Wigglytuff too, which is interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wigglytuff.
I think some people have been experimenting it in some practice tournaments, which I've seen. Like I think Pocket I saw was running one in a practice tournament, but I mean you have play into Corsola, but you also beat the fighters, right? Like I don't think it's the craziest thing. I just think that I feel like without the Charming Voice, it's kind of a little underwhelming at times because like you just don't really have great moves to throw at Zumro either. I mean, I know they buffed Swift, so maybe the DP is like the same or even better than the Charming Voice. I don't know, but it just feels weird
I do
in all
feel
these matchups. Where Ice Wind's not the play to throw, right?
Yeah, I do see Swift like a lot in GBL.
Yeah.
Also running that Drift Blim, so really being like, I dare you to bring a fighter.
Well, Primeape actually beats Drifloon, which is crazy. But if yeah, I know. If you have shields up, it actually beats it, which is really
well, yeah. I mean, Primeape can pretty much beat anything as long as you give it shields.
Yeah. Well, there's a few things it cannot beat, right? Like Clodsire, Charmers, Clodsire, Ariados are the main 3, and Malamar. Those are ones you can't flip into shields, but you could flip like things that you think it shouldn't lose to, like Drifblim, Talonflame, Azumarill, Octopex. You could beat all those in 2 shields, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, I don't know if Drifblim is actually going to be that meta relevant now because I think Diggersby beats it now too with the Fire Punch buff. It was already pretty close beforehand, but I think it actually beats it. So you have to spend shields there, which is like not great, and then. Prime if you lose to, I mean, it's going to annihilate for sure, and still like decent into Clodsire, but Clodsire's like it. You still have the shield, right? So especially if they're running if they're running Stone Edge in particular. So
yeah, it's a fun pick, but
yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, that's the results of the Bogota one. It wasn't streamed to my knowledge.
It was.
We did see it was. You had a community stream.
Yeah, it was on. I think it was like a YouTube stream. I didn't get to watch it, but I saw the link shared in a couple servers I was in.
Huh? Yeah, I didn't see any links, so I assumed that it didn't.
How was the state of the game?
I said I didn't get to watch.
Okay.
I just saw like people were sharing, so I knew there was a stream.
Gotcha.
Like I know I think it got posted in like the Play Pokemon server. And a few other places. Yeah, it looked like it was called. A YouTube channel called Draco Hobby Center streamed it, I guess. I have no idea like how the stream went or how the state of the game was or who the casters were or anything, but I know there was a stream. Just wasn't able to catch it because I was busy during that time.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, all good. Okay, well, yeah, but pretty interesting results too. Okay. You know what? Maybe we should do a prediction for Toronto. How many Corsa do you think there are in the top 12?
In the top 12?
Yeah.
Wait, is Toronto?
I'm gonna say 3.
Sorry, top 16. Top 16.
I was gonna say it's going to be big enough for a top 16, probably.
Yeah. Even if there isn't, top 16 is a better prediction anyway than top 12.
I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna be conservative.
I'll double that and go with 6.
Caleb's gonna be like all 16.
8. If I said something like that for Bogota, I would have been undershooting it, right? They literally had 7 out of 8 running it, so I think I might just be a little ahead of the curve, right? But I think there might be 8 does seem like a lot though, because like just even having one, but I do think it's strong. I don't think realistically, I don't think it's actually 8. You know what? I think I'll go with. 7. You know, like
Oh
I'm like
my
5's
God.
too little. I feel like, but 8 is a little push. I'll go with 7. Right?
Yeah.
I'll go with 7.
I think the biggest thing holding it back is still a certain level of accessibility, since you're relying on egg hatches and.
I think the people that would make top 16 though are grinding the game enough, right? Like I was like, I'm probably not competing in Toronto or San Antonio anyway, so like I'm not going to grind as hard. I think if I was, I'd probably be like trying to hatch more. But again, I'm just using my Infinity Incubator, right? So there's that. No, honestly, I think Tristan's guess of 6 is pretty good, but I was like, well, I can't guess the same thing, so I'm gonna put 7. But
You could have gone
think
for
that's-
5.
no, 5's too low. I think 5 out of 16. That's less than a third. I don't know about that, but okay. Well, we have our predictions in, so we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of big names going to that one as well, too.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting one
I
to
think
watch.
out of the
There's
Europeans,
several-
Inadequins, Colin, and Tomahawk are all going.
Yeah.
I think Z's Wireless might be going too.
Oh yeah, he might be because he went last year too. So that would be crazy as well. I mean, it's not the
think-
hardest place to travel to for Europeans as well.
I think
so
I remember him mentioning it on their podcast, but I don't remember for sure. It's been a minute since I listened.
I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because he had to go last year too. So
Yeah.
you know, Paul Lasher's going. I feel like Paul Lasher would potentially go for the grind just for the travel award, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen anything.
I don't think she's gone to any out of LAIC. I don't think she's gone to any tournaments outside of EU yet, right? Not including
No.
Worlds.
Yeah,
My
no.
knowledge. Yeah.
I don't think she travels too much.
Well, she travels plenty within Europe, right? But
Within
like,
Europe,
yeah,
yeah.
out of region. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Anyway, so that should be a pretty exciting tournament. First tournament, Biberal with rollout is eligible as well too. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh gosh, I hope.
You think it's gonna be good? I don't know. I feel like Feraligatr usage is already on the lower end, right? So like, in your main target is Feraligatr, right?
I mean, yes,
Yeah,
but
but
you
it's
can
not-
also really hurt Diggersby, really hurt Clodsire. You can hurt the rise of the Galarian Corsola.
Does it beat Diggersby and Clodsire in zeros?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we.
Is it shadow or non-shadow?
I mean, I think both
think-
are viable.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do think both are viable.
Okay, let
I
me
think
check
more
Corsola,
people.
actually.
I think more people would probably use the shadow. I mean, just
Crazy
the
enough,
extra-
Corsola wins the zeros if it's non-shadow.
No. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Non-shadow, but it doesn't win the zeros against shadow.
I,
Alright,
think,
let me check. Let me check Azumarill. Actually, I'm curious about that one.
I think it loses.
So
the
Azumarill
zeros,
loses
but
all
wins-
evens against the shadow,
Okay.
Mhm.
and against the non-shadow, it wins the zeros. Dude, it seems like shadow's the way to go. But all right, Clodsire. Let's take a look. Let's assume they're running Stone Edge Earthquake, but there's a chance of running Sludge Bomb. Clodsire wins the 1s and 2s. It's Stone Edge. What?
Wait,
With Sludge Bomb, it'd probably be
maybe
even
the
better, right?
non-shadow's better in the class.
Yeah, I was gonna say against the shadow.
No,
right?
that was non-shadow.
Oh,
For
really?
Shadow with Sludge Bomb, it wins the 1s and 2s as well, and with Stone Edge, it wins the 1s and 2s. I don't know, man. This thing is super frail. So I mean, the 1s is what's really important, right? And 2s for
Yeah.
flipping switch. Zeros is like you could always just like shield the wind switch if you need to, right? Okay, so against the Shadow, the Diggersby wins the 1s and 2s. And
Diggersby wins
the
the
non-shadow, it loses. Okay, Diggersby actually loses all events against the non-shadow. I
Yeah.
will say that. So
I think we'll see a bit of it, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll stay for very long. I think there's a novelty. I think there's a novelty to it in
with
Toronto.
the Flyers around too, it gets. Sorry, with the Fighters around too, it gets kind of weird.
Yeah.
Dunsparce loses the zeros against a non-shadow. Interesting. Rollout into rollout, and then it wins the 2 shields against the shadow. It's interesting. I think it's a good addition to the meta, but I don't know how.
Yeah, I think there's a novelty to it at Toronto, but I'm not sure how long term the impact will be.
I also think that it might have been. I don't know the energy, but I feel like maybe it would have been better if this had happened before Surf got the energy increase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Surf. No.
But I don't know. I could see like maybe one sinking into the top 16, especially with someone like someone like Z's Wireless.
Oh,
is
definitely.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's out of the picture. I just don't think it will have the same impact as like Corsola, right?
Right. I don't think we'll see like Like, I think we'll see maybe 1 or 2 in Top Cut. Probably not more than that.
All right, let's make a Biberal prediction while we're at it. We're pretty much here.
I think one. I think one is solid.
Kaz is stealing my guess. I already said 1.
I mean, you can say 1 too if you think it is.
Kayla's
I genuinely think that we'll see one. I
Kaz
doubt
is 1. Tristan, how many did you say?
I'm going with 1.
Is it one?
I'm going with 0. I don't believe in the Beaver yet. It does beat Feraligatr in all even shields for both Shadow and non-Shadow, even if the Feraligatr is up by a Shadow Claw. So it is a very reliable Feraligatr counter.
Mhm.
My only reason of not thinking it's going to be as good is because Feraligatr is not as prominent in this current meta, I think. So far, at least, based on the 2 tournaments we've seen. But we shall see how that goes. I think, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us here. Let's head down to Professor Tristen while we're at it.
All right, this is going to be a quick and easy one. I don't think that Focus Blast Dragalge was it, but I think that they could have given Dragalge some love. I would have liked to see Sludge Bomb Dragalge, just to give it
Maybe
some,
an acid buff.
I think Dragalge's fine running Dragon Tail, but I think that the Sludge Bomb, it gives it some speed on its non-Aqua Tail move. Right now it has to run like either Outrage or Gunk Shot, and like having a dragon with that poison coverage into fairies is pretty nice, but the Gunk Shot is too slow, and then the Sludge Bomb gives it something to hit back against most other dragons with. So like, I don't think it would be like a meta staple, but I think it could be like sort of like how we're feeling Biberal might be. Like we could see it here and there, a bit more of a spice pick, but like it would just make it a little better and more consistent, I think. And just, I don't know what they were trying to do with the Focus Blast. Again, I think if they wanted to give it love, give it the Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
Oops! All nuclear moves on Dragalge is Niantic's point of view.
Outrage, Gunk Shot, and Focus Blast once you get all 3 moves unlocked. But that it's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, I think if it had like Lock On or something, it'd be a different story. But it just can't get to these moves fast enough, you know. So.
Yeah. No, having one that's a little bit faster, but gets that stab damage would be really nice.
Okay, that's going to wrap it up for us here. I know it's going on the little bit longer side, but we'll cover the YouTube comments next week, as we keep saying. But we will definitely do it next week.
We promise.
Yeah. But best of luck to anyone competing at Toronto, and we'll see how close we are on these predictions. And hopefully, I hatch a Galarian Corsola sometime. Hopefully, because if not, I don't
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Anyway, until then, we'll catch you all next week. Peace out.